What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode. I'm Bobby.
Hey, what's up? It's Ray.
And I'm wondering, God damn, you fucked me up again. I'm wondering why the smallest guy gets his own couch. I think now that Cheese in Japan, we gotta rearrange shit around here.
When is she coming back?
It's not great over here. Let me tell you.
What are the problems over there?
Okay, I have to make like a full 90-degree turn with my neck to see the screen.
Right.
First
That's
of all.
true.
Yeah.
For me, it's fucking dank, dude. I
Yeah.
just like boom.
You guys are
Yeah.
just looking right at
Yeah.
it. Plus, I can't see some of the screen because the lighting's in the way. We
But
gotta fix that.
you
later.
have a nice Soylent holder though.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Table.
Yeah, I do have the table over here.
We have no tables over here.
Well, we got to get one back.
We're
I need one
we're
here.
living like paupers over here,
Yeah,
dude.
dude, we need tables. Like one here, black, and yours for your drink, because then it looks like you peed on the freaking.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Is my mic low, by the way? I feel like it, or maybe I feel like I need to put it really close to my face right now.
So
I can turn it up.
family member was like, no cheese, and I was like, no cheese in Japan. And then I was thinking, is there cheese in Japan?
That's so stupid.
But is there? The entire time I was in Thailand, 2 weeks, no cheese, dude.
Well, they do have like the best cows in the world. I guess
That's
they
true.
have to have some milk, right? Or are they
I
super
think they have
against
milk.
it?
I think they have milk. No, they're not against it.
Yeah,
But-
I don't think they're big on.
But think of
dairy.
all the Japanese cuisine you've had, no cheese.
Yeah, a lot of fish.
Yeah, no, damn, no.
Yep. And time for some games. So we have some sponsors. One of them is me. I'm sponsoring the podcast. So Insidious, it's my hot sauce. Check it out. We have a 10% coupon. Everything we're going to talk about, just go to dlgaming.net. Even if you just want to get more involved with the podcast, you want to see what we look like. You want to put faces to the names. Want to look at the Patreon, all that stuff. dlgaming.net. And then there's a link on there that says Insidious, and that'll get you the 10% off. And then some of the proceeds are going to go back into the podcast too. So, yeah.
We'll put links to Insidious on the show notes of the podcast as well. So if you're listening on your phone, just scroll down and you'll see it there.
And that's 10% off your entire order.
Is it like a Cyber Monday thing?
No, this is going to be ongoing.
Never mind.
So I can track how much the DL Gaming is supporting me and keeping me from being a pauper as well.
Wait, Cyber Week, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cyber Week.
So no new Patreons this week, but we got our first subscription of the day, Recycled. Thank you very much. 16 months. Might be the record.
That reminds me, I haven't subscribed in a while. So I think, I'm not sure. I'm not 100.
Is it still difficult to tell on iPhones, or there's some sort of difficulty with that?
Yeah, there's no way to do it.
He says PewDiePie got his house raided in Japan. That's got to be somebody trolling him, right? That's like a SWAT. It's got to be. I would imagine.
I don't know, dude. They're like, unless he did something or they didn't like something on his YouTube channel, they might have freaked out and just sent cops over there.
They're very strict over there for
Yeah.
sure.
All right. So let's talk about on the radar games that have come to our attention this week. Either old or new. I think most of these are new, though. First one I wanted to bring up is called Earthbreakers. Somebody had, I think, brought this up in our Discord, which is where all the action's at. Got to check that out if you haven't yet.
Again, dlgaming.net. There's a permanent link there.
Yep. So Earthbreakers is by Petroglyph. Now, these are the guys that are famous for the Command and Conquer games. They recently made that Conan Unconquered game, which I actually liked. So this is actually an FPS in an RTS world is what they are advertising it as. It is a PvP game. They had a good description down here on the Steam page. Earthbreakers is a team-based PvP multiplayer game which combines the most enjoyable elements of FPS and RTS.
This has been tried quite a few times. I don't think there's ever been like a standout blowout hit that tried to blend these two, but technically it sounds awesome. Like the problem is you have a commander that's telling everybody where to go, and if those guys are like Ray, they're not going to listen. They're going to go off and do their own thing because they
fuck
want to
that
be the
shit.
hero and get the top score.
Exactly.
So you always run into that problem.
Isn't that the point?
Yeah.
No, I'm wrong.
Well, it depends. I mean, Are you wrong if you go and kill the entire team? No, you weren't wrong.
No,
but if you die, yeah, you were wrong.
Like, this is just totally off, but like, for instance, when we would play PUBG, which is completely different, I know, but still, you worked as a squad.
Right.
But we would always have Insidious run off and do his own shit, and he would just piss us off. And because of him doing that, it would make the whole team lose. So it didn't really help us out at the end.
That's usually what happens. Usually the games are designed so that you have a better chance of winning if you play as a team.
Bobby, what was the one that it was an it was exactly this. It was an RTS that the first person, and then there was aliens versus humans.
Natural selection.
Natural selection too, yeah. Mm-hmm. And that one, it really worked because, well, if you had a good commander and you had good minions, and they were doing everything you that needed to be done, that was a great game. So if they can, it can be pulled off. Just hopefully they do it right here.
Yeah. Now looking at this game, Earthbreakers, it really resembles Command and Conquer. Like that looks like the Harvester from Command and Conquer. The weaponry.
Was Command and Conquer cell shaded, Bobby?
No, well, I don't know. Command and Conquer, when I played it, was like late 90s.
Yeah.
So,
this is cell shaded, super cartoony looking.
Kind of Borderlands looking a little bit.
I guess it's...
Play the video, dude. If you watch it in whatever.
In motion.
Yeah, in motion. Thank you. See?
Yeah. So they're definitely trying to go for that Command and Conquer look. There is no price on it. There's no release date other than 2020. So it'll be...
done when it's done.
Looks like it's a little ways off, but depending on the price point, I'd be interested in checking this out. And I did like Conan Unconquered, so they've got some good credit there. And it's it kind of depends on the PvP, like how many people on each team. That could make or break it for me because I don't want anything too wide scale. I really appreciate those games that do PvP with like small groups. I think it works better that way.
This looks pretty big.
That's what she said.
Hey,
so they did add it, but sorry. Subscribe button now on the Apple, on the iOS.
Oh, cool.
And for those English speakers, it's button.
Bitch. Did I say that one right?
Thanks,
bitch.
It's me, Jeff, for the subscription. I say that right?
It's me, Jeff. Yeah. 4 months. Nice. So yeah, I don't know. If anything, just Command and Conquer nostalgia might bring me back to this one.
He's asking if you can harvest Tiberium. I would think that would be some sort of like...
I'm guessing what that purple substance is right there, perhaps.
It's now called Tiberium Plus or something.
Yeah, it looks like a harvester, I suppose. All right, next game. This was recommended by JP Diddy.
That's what Rubber Nuts drives, by the way. Those giant earth movers. I
thought he drove a trash can truck.
No, he drives one of those. In a giant mine.
Because they throw it in.
Yeah.
It's old school.
Yeah. So to put it into perspective, my trailer by Black One can take about 4 yards. Those things have like 154 yards that I can fit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway,
Dang.
Nobody else can. The vast majority of people doesn't know what I'm talking about. But look up Earth Mover. It's like a gigantic.
I totally imagined
truck.
him like in the ones here, like those little with the little crane thing. Not the crane thing, but like the little claw throws the trash can in there. That's what I thought he was doing.
No, I imagine him in a cartoon car for some reason.
Yeah, but I imagine that too.
All right. Controlled Pair is coming in with the 8 months.
Damn, look at all the subs coming in. Oh, you know what? It's a new month. That's why. It's the first, right?
Oh, yeah.
Does that
Get those subs in, bitches.
All right, next up is Until You Fall. Now, this is a game JP Diddy posted in our Discord. It is a roguelike VR game, hack and slash roguelike VR game.
Is it multiplayer?
I don't believe so.
He told me he was having a lot of fun with this.
Yeah, you can buy it right now. For a VR game, it's kind of cheap, $13.99. Well, it's on sale right now because they're having that huge autumn sale.
Yeah.
Fuck
So
that sale.
$20 regularly. Compatible with all the usual VR kits, it looks like Vive, Index, and Rift.
If you heard Ray go, right now. It's because he just realized he has to buy another game.
No, it's like, okay, so we have this sale going on right now, and it ends tomorrow at 10 in the morning, I believe, either Eastern or Pacific time. I don't know. But it's done tomorrow. The first day I was like, oh my God, sale. And you know me, I get excited. So my cart was just like $300 worth of games. And I'm like, yes, credit card. And I was like, wait, no. And I started just throwing one away and went away. And I was like, you know what? I want to focus on VR for this sale. I'm just going to get VR games. And I'm down to $130 right now. And like, I think I was even on Discord and I was like, all right, guys, I'm going to try to go for only 100. And then, I don't know, I think it was Saturday or Friday when I was supposed to pull the trigger. I was just like, what am I doing? And I started like contemplating life. And then I sat on,
Tell us all about it. Here, actually, put your heads up here and put your Bobby is going to give you some
I was just
therapy.
like, it was just crazy. I got super drunk and no, I'm joking. But it was just, but I want those games.
You're about to you might be taking a life risk. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
So we'll see.
A life risk?
Yeah, dude.
Were
That's
you
crazy.
going to like go bungee jumping or something?
Leaving your job and trying to make your own
okay.
business.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I thought you were going to like do some X Games shit or something.
Look at me.
Russian roulette all by myself, just for the fuck of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not the time to be dude, the thing about it is there's going to be a winter sale coming up in like 2.5 weeks. So no rush.
Yeah, I know.
And then there's always another sale right around
This
the corner.
one's pretty good for just being a random autumn sale or whatever that it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$14 is really cheap. But it looks like it's a roguelike. So as you battle these enemies in like a VR hack and slash environment, you get these power-ups and you can power up, I guess, in different ways. I'm assuming, I don't know, this is all that I'm picking apart from screenshots and what they have on the Steam page. And, when you die, you lose it all, obviously. So I don't know if anything persists through each life.
I still haven't played any of these like hack and slash type games in VR. I still have not. It's been all guns for me. I still haven't done like Gorn.
Gorn looks awesome.
Like you own it. You haven't played it?
I think I got it for free.
Okay.
Or somebody gave it to me. I never played it though.
Like it's like so I still
Gorn is
haven't
like
tried
a
it.
gladiatorial game.
Yeah,
I've seen
and then
that
there's another one.
It's really well reviewed as well.
There's another one like Hellblade or something. I forgot what it's called. Dark was telling me about it, and that one looks really fun. It's like Gorn, but like more realistic, and you're fighting these really cool like undead. Looks really sick too.
Well, what
dude.
about the bar fight one? Isn't that a melee combat game?
Well, yeah, I guess, but that's just more fun, man.
Yeah,
that's
it's just goofing off.
Yeah, because I swear you cannot knock these guys out. It's impossible. Like you punch the shit out of them, and you just can't. They don't die. And
It's how long you can survive, really. Right?
yeah, it is. But it's just I've never been able to beat it. Like I've gotten really far, and then something random, like a cop comes in, or like some guy just can't randomly like falls on me, hits my toe, and that was my last part of HP, and I just die. It's just really weird stuff.
If you guys are wondering what we're looking, that's one you should go check out on YouTube. It's called Bar Fight.
Drunk bar fight.
Drunk Bar Fight. It's a VR game, and when we were playing it, like we would get to the point where somebody's hiding behind the bar holding bottles and just swinging it at the patrons that are trying to come over like zombies. It's hilarious. Or just throwing stuff. And then how do you start a fight? Like it just happens, right?
Yeah, you just punch someone, right? But
why would you punch them? Like, can you just
for
chill?
no reason, you're just so like the first thing you do is start drinking a bunch, and you just start pouring the alcohol on you, and you just start like the more you drink, the bigger you get, and the stronger you get, and you just start messing everyone up, and like. I think you can get knocked down like 2-3 times until like you can't pick yourself up again. Because when you get knocked down, you see yourself on the ground, and then you grab the controllers and pick yourself up.
Oh, right, like your spirit.
Yeah, and like you pick and then you can start fighting again. And they have like a Halloween version of it too, where you're fighting zombies all the way to the end, or it's like there's one, or like the regular one is just random people. And then now they added like other venues, like a wedding. You can get fucked up at a wedding and just be the dick fighting the band. It's just really dumb, but it's fun. It's fun to watch. It's not that much of a fun game where you yourself are just I'm just gonna beat the shit out of people. You got problems and you're gonna do that. But it's fun to have like people there and showing it to hey watch go in here.
It's a good party game.
Yeah, it's a good party game.
Even though it's only a single person.
Yeah, well I think there's a multiplayer mode to it now. I'm not sure. I haven't really touched it as much anymore, but it's fun.
All right, last up, we've got Starship Troopers, Terran.
What the?
Or Starship Troopers Terran Command is a survival RTS based on the movie.
Yeah, survival RTS. I guess that means it's a wave survival, isn't it, Bobby? I read the article. It didn't really specify exactly why survival's in there, but I would imagine that you make a base and you're supposed to out survive.
Maybe, I don't know.
The endless. Anyway, from what I saw, it looks dope. I've always loved Starship Troopers. I love the first movie. Don't ask Chad about his opinion. He fucking hates it so bad because it's his favorite book of all time, and he in his eyes they ruined it. But anyway, this looks dope, man. There's mechs and shit, and it's holding off endless waves of fucking nasty ass alien creatures. Sign me up. This is the kind of RTS I like. I like single player RTS because I crumble under pressure. I'll set this on easy and have a good day.
I wonder if it's like, no, it doesn't look like they're holding out in a base.
No, there are
some
some
of them it looks like it, but not all of them. It doesn't look like Conan Unconquered, where it's all about just setting up your base and the waves come towards you. I mean, you can go out and try and kill them, but
That's what my guess is, though.
yeah, maybe. All right, this game is coming in 2020.
Another 2020.
Oh, that was I
We're
always
almost-
forget that was directed by Paul Verhoeven.
We're almost done for the year, right? With games.
Yeah, we got to decide if we're going to do that thing for December where we play each other's game of the year.
Yeah, because
I think that's really good.
tomorrow Halo comes out, and that can't be Halo, the game of the year, so that really doesn't matter.
So we got to talk after the podcast.
All right. Okay, that's it for On the Radar. Let's talk about some games that we have been playing. Who wants to go first?
I feel like we need some energy, guys. Wake the fuck up.
I need some more booze. Oh, you're not done with yours.
No. I've been like looking for other news. It's because there were like some stuff I saw over the week that I just couldn't remember right now when we were doing the notes.
That's why you put it in the notes when you see it.
But I wasn't there. A lot of the times where I'm
You
like,
weren't where?
the best stuff that I read on my phone is when I'm pooping, right? And
Yeah.
I don't have access to the notes when I'm
Copy
pooping.
paste
No, you
You don't
just
have
can't.
Google Drive on your phone?
or just text us.
No, I don't. I can't really concentrate. I'm concentrating on one thing, not the other.
Right. No, you know what it is? I think you poop better when you're not concentrating. That's why, like reading, it's relaxing. But then if you gave yourself a task, like texting us, then you clench up. You're like, oh, I gotta get this done.
And then it won't come out.
Yeah, because you don't only get one thing done at a time. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, but I'm also one of the ones that take like half an hour in there.
Okay, you have plenty of time, dude.
I know, right? I should be able to.
What percentage of your shits do you take at work?
Oh shit, dude. I did get an email once. And they were like, "Hey, Ray, we've noticed you taking a long time in the bathroom." And the first thing I said was like, "That's none of your business, or I'll contact HR." And they were just like, "Okay," and they just left it there.
Yeah.
But because it can be a medical reason or anything.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it could be.
Guess not for me, but no, I do poop a lot. But I mean, I'm one of those guys that just really has to I want to be 100% sure I'm good. I don't want to go back in there like an hour later or 2 hours later. Or I want to make sure everything's out.
Listen, you're not on trial here, man. You don't got to.
Fuck my job.
All right. So I played Team Fortress 2 this week. That was a lot of
Oh,
fun.
did you,
Oh, did I?
dude? You probably put in at least 6 hours yesterday.
Yeah, I played a lot. What happened was I was playing Jedi Fallen Order, and I'm getting through that game. If you listened last Friday, we caught up with Minnie to see how he was doing. He'd been playing a lot of Jedi Fallen Order, and we had a whole discussion about that. And that game I'm still on the fence about. I'm not like dying to play it. And then for some weird reason, I had the craziest urge to play that game. And this happens every so often. TF2, Left 4 Dead, these kind of games that just were so big and I loved so much. And just every now and then it's like, I got to get back into this. So I downloaded it. That game is huge now. So much hard drive space. I mean, not compared to like
Compare
Jedi
the
Fallen
original
Order.
download.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I played it, absolutely loved it, like didn't fall off at all. Like I just fell right back into it. And they've made some changes. The last time we talked about it was when they did that whole campaign past the Mercenary Park. You spend $5 and you get these contracts where you can unlock basically skins for weapons. Kind of cool. And they had 2 new maps that were really good. But what I've noticed that's very different now, this time returning to it, the quality of games have been so much better. The way you queue up, I used to just go to the server list and just scroll through what has low ping, a lot of players, playing a map I like. But the problem is you end up getting on a lot of servers that have like lowered respawn time or other weird like audio
modded stuff.
Yeah, modded stuff, like slightly modded stuff.
Slightly, yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of kills the balance of the game. So what you do now is you go to, do you want to play casual or competitive? You click on one of them, then it shows, okay, click here to queue up and check all the boxes of things you want to play, whether it be payload or capture the flag or whatever mode. And then you can even uncheck specific maps. So I just leave everything checked. I hit find a game. I'm in a game in like 5 seconds, and it's a well-balanced game because whoever's queuing up, they're like, okay, this game needs people, that one needs people, this side needs the people, that side needs people. Like the game is doing all the work to balance all the teams. You're getting in like Valve server games, so there's no weird mods going, and I've just been having the best games that I've ever had in TF2, and it's been so much fun.
And I joined you for about 2 hours of that, I would say. And I would say, yeah, man, the balancing and the teams just seem to work, except for the server die-off, which, I mean, it's hard to battle that.
Yeah, what'll happen is someone will stomp, and then a whole bunch of people will leave.
Yeah.
And what happens with that is like the game will find a whole bunch more people to put in. Like I've seen that happen, and I've stuck with the server so long that I've seen it kind of cycle through, and then all of a sudden you'll get all these people dumped in, and it'll fill back up. So if you hang with it, it'll be fine. It's not nearly as bad as it was. Sniper even joined us for a little bit. It was his first time playing Team Fortress 2. Like he missed out on that.
What's this fire guy?
It's so weird to play with someone who just does not, doesn't have a history with that game, because that was such a formative part of most gamers. I mean, 2007 was when the game originally came out, and I think it went free to play 2011.
Sure.
And it was like the first game to go free to play. It was like before everything was free to play.
It wasn't later than that? No?
Maybe 2012 at the latest. 2012. But it was right before everything, like the whole free-to-play explosion.
Yeah.
And everyone was
and
just
people were like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is free now?
I remember reading articles about what this meant and all this stuff.
Yeah, it was just unbelievable. And the game has just changed so much throughout the years, and it's just in such a great spot right now. And it's just like, I might just leave it installed, but I kind of risk just going back and playing it, because I could burn hours on that game. The moment-to-moment like adrenaline rush you have in that game, and that combined with the fact that you really don't care. Like if you lose, like not a big deal, because I'm still having fun. Maybe it's not as fun, but it's not like a MOBA where you're just like everything hinges on this. If I lose this game, it's like a slow, depressing loss throughout an hour. That's like a MOBA.
And funny enough, I didn't feel... Because a lot of times you go back to a super old game and you're just going up against super badass ninjas that have been playing this nonstop, and you can't even compete. And we were at the top of the scoreboard the majority of the time.
Oh, yeah, dude. We were crushing it. Like we did back in the day, too. I remember we played during 2010 when that earthquake hit.
Yeah.
And everyone on the server was like, oh, what's that? Because it was an LA server.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we were, I was playing medic. You were playing like some sort of damage class. So, of course, we were killing it.
Yeah.
But,
You know how I know Bobby was playing Team Fortress Class this week? His Twitter post. He was like, played Team Fortress Class, like a classic. Yep, I'm still a badass medic or some shit like that. Yeah. I'm like,
and
damn.
Bobby does not brag ever. Bobby never brags.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding, man. You played with me. You saw me melee some people with the medic Ubersaw and get on the mic and have to start telling everybody what to do at times.
You ran down a bridge and you killed 3 dudes with the fucking saw.
Oh yeah, I messed them up.
Yeah.
I got if you do it on a defensive cap too, you get points for it.
Crazy,
It was perfect, because that's what my contract was. So, yeah, dude, I'm dangerous on the medic. I'm still so good at that game. It's crazy. Like,
Do you run the default kit? Do you have the syringe gun and the...
Almost always, it's my favorite one, but I like running crits. Crits is like, oh, let's have some fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I meant the secondary and the third. Do you?
Oh no, for the melee, I use the Ubersaw, which when you hit people with it, it gives you a charge on your.
Oh, but it does less damage.
I don't know what the trade.
There's got to be a trade-off for it.
Yeah, I think it's less damage, but you always aim for the head with that anyway and go for the crit. Like, really, that's a last resort, dude, all right?
Yeah.
That's like Papa Roach last resort. Like, you never want to go melee with a medic. That's just suicide.
This is my last resort.
It is, which is why it's so exciting. It's my favorite part about that game is pulling out the
I think
Uber
that song
song.
came out in 2007 too.
Because it's like you're backed into the corner. There's no way out. You know, it's just like
And you run syringe gun?
suffocation, no breathing. Yeah, no, I still run syringe gun, but I did start warming up to the crossbow. Man, I love playing medic. I could seriously play that. I could retire and play that game for the rest of my life.
I'm so bad. I'm sorry I stepped on your joke, did I? You know you were going for a joke.
You know, I've never played Team Fortress 2.
Oh, you're insane,
Dude.
dude.
That's
Oh,
'cause-
you got to play with us. It's so much
It's
fun.
just, you know, classic was fun for a while, and then Counter-Strike came out, and then I just did not care about any like thing from Valve anymore.
Yeah.
So it's just,
You're more. I don't think you'd have that much fun, dude, because you're very much into the tactical shit.
Yeah,
And
this is pretty
as
wacky.
cartoony as it gets.
Yeah.
I don't
I mean,
mind
look at
it.
what we're looking at.
I know, right? I played a lot of Overwatch, so you know, it's like I guess.
Yeah, it's comparable to Overwatch or maybe
Yeah.
even Fortnite. I might go as far
Yeah.
as say I don't know. But it's definitely a lighter tone. Yeah, dude. So I just had a blast with Team Fortress 2. I want to like bookend it and just be like, oh, that was great. I'll just come back to this later again. But I still really want to play that game. But it's just like,
Dude,
I got to move on.
you're so right in that, like, at a certain moment, I was like, I can't think of another game that is fun. That's
Yeah.
this fun moment to moment.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
Like the moment to moment is
Yeah.
what it's all about. It's
Yeah.
just like, it's never been topped for me.
And not that I want to, like, encourage it, but, like,
do they keep adding content to this? To the
yeah.
day?
Well, not super.
Not a lot. So they'll have
Yeah,
big
at this
updates. Like
point.
that one contract thing was like a year or two ago, and
Yeah.
then there's a lot of community made maps, and some of them are so good and get so popular that they kind of roll that into the regular rotation and make it kind of an official map as well. But and then they have like holiday events. We usually revolving around skins and stuff. But yeah, it's still a great game, man. And I'll probably leave it installed. So if we want to get a DLG crew going, let me know. Yeah, and it's great playing medic too because nobody ever wants to play medic. That's really how I started playing that class. Because
And now you've played medic in, like, any Modern Warfare and
Yeah.
shit that comes out.
yeah,
That's
it's kind of solidified my role as the support character. I guess was just having to play medic because you can't go in with an unbalanced team. Like if someone's not playing medic, then you're probably gonna lose. You know. But yeah, so that was fun. And then to totally counterbalance that, I got into a game called Pixel Puzzles Traditional Jigsaws. And this is a puzzle game, a literal puzzle game. Like it's actually a puzzle that you put together digitally on screen. And it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good.
Are you trolling us? No, Bobby. No.
I just looked at a cat,
I thought
a little
I thought
cute cat.
I thought the spelling
Jigsaw
race
puzzle.
cars. I thought maybe the spelling race cars was a troll. This has got to be a troll. There's a lion with a deer, dude.
That's the puzzle I'm working on. So they have DLC. The cats are DLC. Obviously, I would have done the cats if I could have. But this is free to play unless you want to get certain puzzles. It's DLC.
I don't know how to react to this.
It really okay. So I like puzzles in real life.
He's tearing up, guys. I don't think you would be tearing up if it was a
He's trolling
legitimate.
us. He's fucking
Yeah,
trolling
if this
us.
was a legit.
He's cracking up right now. Look at that. He's
If this
dying.
was a legitimate.
because you guys are just like in disbelief.
I think I felt Bobby's game of the year.
I don't think this was. Oh, it was 2019. All right, this is in the running. It's Disco Elysium,
Dude,
This.
this is no. You obviously have this long con going, starting with the typing race car game.
No, dude, this is actually no. I like doing puzzles in real life. Like I occasionally, usually during summer when I have more time, I'll put one together. And, you know, I like to do really hard ones like 1,000 Piece or something. And this actually mimics that experience very well for being in a digital environment. The only thing, and this is going to sound like hard to explain, but the only thing that is not quite as good is when you're doing a puzzle, obviously standard strategy is look for all the edge pieces, corner pieces, you know, that's easy, build the frame. But when you find similar pieces, you kind of pile them together.
He's fucking
And then
with us.
then you put them together. You know, you can like link them together, but in this, you can't put any pieces. You can't lock them together unless you actually put them in the right spot. Is that it's kind of hard to.
That's how real life works too. Man.
No. Like if this puzzle piece goes in like somewhere in the top left corner,
I get it.
You can't connect it to another puzzle
because you're
piece.
able to like set them aside, right? It's like making that line and then connect it. But
so
here you
like
can't.
I'll connect like maybe 4 or 5 puzzle pieces.
Right.
And have this
Shut the fuck up. Just go with it, dude.
Why are you humoring him?
Just go with it, dude.
I mean, other
For
than
the
that, this is the perfect puzzle experience. If you're looking for puzzle,
You never know.
We've all been waiting
dude,
for it.
You never know. Fucking
If
next
you've been
week.
waiting. Everybody's been waiting for this, Bobby.
You never know. Maybe there's been like 100 fucking listeners out there that just been waiting for this moment. They go like, "Holy shit, DLG does puzzle games. I'm in." Subscribers, Patreons right now.
It's all gonna
up
fucking
the
start
ass.
pouring in right now.
Okay.
Those 57 people playing right now are fucking listening to the podcast now. I know it.
Hello? Ferrari's calling, dude. They want us to start driving their puzzle car around.
what? Oh my god! All right, that game again is Pixel Puzzles Traditional Jigsaws. Highly recommended. All right, if you like puzzles, do you guys not play like do puzzles?
He's fucking with us. He's fucking with us, dude.
I don't even know, man. I don't even know anymore.
Neither do we.
We haven't known from the beginning. Oh my god! Rub my contact out of my eye.
Oh my god! I have to push the mic away from my face because then you hear my high pitched laughing the whole
How do I
time.
follow that?
Oh my god!
do I follow
I
the
don't
funny-
know, dude. And that was the show. Fuck.
Thank you. Good night.
Titty.
Puzzle titties.
Jigsaw titties. Oh man, we gotta call Bobby Jigsaw now. Oh my god.
All right. Well, let's talk about Hand of Fate too. Now, this isn't a new game. We've talked about this before, right?
Yeah, we have. Well, we played the first one, and I liked it. Oh, man. Hold on. Let me compose myself.
Yeah, dude. I even got like goosebumps. Is that weird?
You must really like puzzles, too. Okay. All right. This is not the order I wanted to do them in. I put them in the wrong one. I wanted to get something new for this week. And so I bought 3 games. Roguelike usually is what I'm looking for. And like, I'm trying to get my breath. Fission Superstar X is the first one that I started off. Can we try that, Bobby?
Yeah, let me bring that up.
And this is a really weird game when you look at it. And then when you play it, it's super weird too. The animation style is like one of these crazy cartoons that's on like cartoon Adult Swim or something. And it's a game like it's a roguelite, and it's a lot like one of those games where you're a spaceship and you fly sideways like this, but you're a little spaceship.
Like R-Type and
R-Type.
Gradius and all that stuff.
R-Type, Gradius, thank you very much. Yeah. Except for you're like a really big ship. You're like a pretty big, it's weird. You take up about 20% of the screen. And so dodging isn't really much of a thing. It's more about like using your shields at the right times. But everything is super fucking weird. Like all the aliens are fucking out there. If you like crazy animation,
What?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
gnarly.
yeah, I would probably check it out.
That looks awesome.
But the actual game itself, I just didn't get it. It has really good reviews, and that's why I bought it. But my abdomen's starting to calm down now.
What's the price tag on this game?
I think it was like
okay,
$10.
$15 on sale for 10 right now.
yeah. I think I paid like 12 because I bought it like last week during some other sale. But anyway, I didn't get it, guys. I don't know. Check it out if like weird animation's your thing. The roguelike, I kept it under 2 hours and I returned it just because I think I gave it the whole 2 hours I just did not get it. I don't know why people are liking it, but there's only 82 people,
Yeah.
But it just keeps popping up on my feed, but I guess because of the roguelike thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to check it out.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of those levels in Cuphead too. Just that game style. Developer of this is Turbo Pelvis 3000. Interesting.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're a weird crew of people for sure. Okay. And then after that, I returned that. I tried another one, which was Dicey Dungeons, which is another super weird game. So you're a die. That's the singular for dice. And
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And you come in as the adventurer or the robot or the rogue, or I didn't get the orange one. And you're on this game show, and you go adventuring on the game show, and it's all about dice rolls, and adding modifiers to those dice. So basically deconstructing D&D all the way down to the base, just dice on one-on-one battles. And it was cool, but not enough. I kept running into this wall where I was like, I have so many thousands of games or hundreds of games, thousands with Bobby's. Am I really going to be playing this past the 2-hour mark? And again, overwhelmingly positive, very positive. All reviews overwhelmingly recently. And yeah, I was just like, I'm not going to play this past a few hours. So that's the only reason that I returned it. But you could see the appeal, but it just wasn't for me to hold on forever.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, I've been holding off on Hand of Fate 2 because it's always so expensive. It's $25, and you think, for a game like this, is it worth it? But you look at the graphics, you see where the voiceover, you can see where the money went, like for sure, or where they're trying to recoup the money. The graphics are really good. Let me explain the game a little bit. You're playing a card game 1-on-1 versus a guy across from you. And in that, you run into bad guys. And when you run into bad guys, you go into a different mode where you actually combat those people in, I would say kind of like a Batman-esque way, like a combo system where, I haven't even ran into traps yet. This is cool. It's like a dungeon with traps and stuff. And so you go through the level, and depending on which direction you choose in the dungeon, it's not really a dungeon, it's a set of cards out in front of you. You have to do different things like roll dice, or sometimes you have to go into an actual battle. And you can do things to modify your dice roll. Although at the end of the day, even if you roll super duper bad and everything was shitty, you go into the last battle. If you play your heart out, you don't get hit, you're going to win. So you can outskill the dice. But at the same time, they definitely help a lot. Like, I finally died, and it's because I starved to death. I used too much. I couldn't travel. In order to travel, you need food, and I ran out of food. And so it was kind of long-term strategy that got me. I couldn't even get to the fight to lose. So now I know for the next time. As you play, the thing that I found weird, but I'm starting to like more, is that you choose the things that are going to happen to you in the next adventure based off of the ones that you already did. But also, you're unlocking new ones all the time. So, if you did a mini event, like a room, let's call them room. If there's a room that you already did that you thought was easy, you could throw it in there and know that you can pass that room easily. There's no guarantee you're going to run into it, but it's in the deck. And so you're almost building your opponent's deck for you. But then again, you always want to see the new things, and I think the rewards are higher for new cards. So as you unlock stuff, you're just throwing them in his deck, adding to the adventure. The first ones that I did were five events, 5 equipment, and now I'm getting to the 10 events, 10 equipment. And so the combat isn't super intense, but it's enough to keep you on point, and you can definitely tell when you get a new item, it's like huge. And I don't know how much more to explain this. It's a very weird game. It's different, but I like the dichotomy between action then thinking, then action then thinking. It's a nice roller coaster of gameplay. So I'm gonna keep playing this.
So this game's $30.
$30.
It's
See?
on sale right now for 18, but $30.
Yeah,
wow.
man.
I own the first one. Is there?
It's good. I like that one too. But the graphics are much better on this one, and the.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
the
you know, by
voice
me
acting.
saying I own the first one, it's just there in my library. I'm
Yeah,
never going to play it ever.
Yeah.
You know, but it's there. I don't know how I got it. I know I didn't buy it.
The first one definitely made its rounds in bundles. I got a copy
Yeah.
of it too. Cannot remember where. I think I
Yeah.
gave away a few of these. The first one was really popular too. Like a lot of people really enjoyed that game. And the sequel seems like a step up, but also a big step up in price as well.
Yeah, for sure. Although the first one wasn't cheap at first either. I remember. Because something I was always looking at.
Yeah. All right. And you had a chance to play a little bit of Maelstrom as well.
Very little. I mean, when I say little,
It loaded.
me and Sniper probably played 5 games or something like that.
Okay. Well, how long does a game last? Because we talked about this last week. This is the aquatic or the seafaring 3v3 MOBA, where you have 3 people on your team, their boats, and you battle against like another group, 2 other
I
groups.
don't even see the MOBA side of it, man. I don't think there's any MOBA in it that I can see. I mean, I've heard the description for this game go that way, but I don't see it. So it's 3v3v3, and then there's monsters. But we never even got to the point where there's monsters because the only MOBA-esque part is that you have to grind. I guess you don't have to, but you grind before you go into battle. So there's these like NPC boats that you go and you take them out. They put a little bit of a fight up, but they drop mad loot, like you can see right there. And all that stuff is like, you know, it helps you out. You can go a little bit faster. You can shoot some more bullets, all that kind of stuff. And then, but while you're looting, you can get somebody could get the drop on you at any point, or you can go maybe bypass looting and then just go for the attack, which happened to us a couple of times. So, you know, you could all rush together. If you split up, you're done right away. Like a 3v2, it's just not going to work out. You have 4 different shot types, and all of them are on the same timer. So every 20 seconds or so, you can shoot one type of bullet, and the rest of the time is just kind of maneuvering and trying to get in the right position. And but it's more fast paced than I'm making it out to be. Like our best one that we did, we did a little more grinding. When I say grinding, I mean we're talking less than 3 minutes. We're grinding, you know, getting some more stuff. Maybe 5 minutes passed, and we came upon the other 2 enemy teams already fighting, and we swept in there and we cleared out at least one of the teams, and then killed a little bit more of the other team, and then they came back and killed us. But so there's all those kinds of strategies. Like, do we go in hard and fast? Do we wait? Do we build up our energy? Do we let them fight it out while we grind it out? So that sounds good.
Is there any progression outside of the game? Like,
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's how they make their money, you know?
Yeah. Does it seem like it's pay to win though? Can you just buy that stuff? Or
I can't say that I played enough to say that definitively. But what I do know about MMOs, free to play MMOs on Steam is that if they're not good, they get shat on crazy. They're always mostly negative or you know, almost always. So it's very rare that one of these gets a very positive, and that's where this one is sitting. We had no problems getting into a game. I don't know what the monsters do. Because we never got to that point. We got cleared out pretty quick usually. But there's people playing. You could jump into a game pretty easily. We were kind of rushing through the tutorial, so I can't say it's a bad tutorial. But I didn't know what was going on probably half of the time. But I can't say it's bad. Check it out. It's free. It's very fast paced.
It's a good looking game too.
Yeah. I really want to know what the monsters like, what that's for. I don't know what role they play.
Yeah. All right. And
Sniper says it's the best shit he's ever played in his life, but I think there's a little hyperbole there.
well, he's never played TF2 before, so.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Ray, you've been playing some VR.
So ever since this whole like Half-Life Alyx and everyone getting excited, I've been getting a lot of messages too, by the way, from people asking me what's up with should they buy the Valve Index? What's the pros? What are the cons? Everything, and I've been giving everyone kind of like the same answer. It's like the pros is just it's great. I've used the Vive
All of
Pro.
them.
I've used all of them. Well, except for the new Quest. I haven't used the Quest.
Yeah.
I haven't used the Quest.
You use the Oculus, whatever?
No, and like
Yes? Oh.
I used the original Oculus
Oh, okay.
and like the version 2 or whatever the hell it was.
Okay. Yeah, I remember.
The original ones, but I straight up I'd tell them the same thing. It's just like the Valve Index is great. It looks great. If you went to DLG Con, you would have tried it out. And people that own Vives were like, dude, it looks great. People were loving it.
Yeah.
And these are people that own like the Vive Pro and stuff. So it's a great system. And then the downfall is it's still VR. It's still hard. It's hard to work with. I know everyone's buying it now. I read articles where like it's selling out everywhere in like in certain regions because like I guess
indexes,
the index is selling out. People are buying it. People are excited by Alyx. I'm excited that people are really gonna finally start playing this. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give my index more time. And I was talking to someone on the Discord. I was talking to Darth Duck, and I was like, you know what, I want to play some Arizona Sunshine. I'm halfway through the game. You want to finish it? And there's like probably like a 15-minute part that I did not play because I skipped over it because I went straight to his game. But I played Arizona Sunshine finally. It's been out for what, a couple of years now, 2 years, maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
It's been out for a while.
The first like full-on game.
Yeah,
that really felt like a game.
It did, and that's what I liked about it. And it's very very immersive to the point where when I'm opening doors, I'm moving out of the way. Because it just makes me really move out of the way.
As the longer you're in VR world, the more
immersed you get. Yeah, of course. And this game, even though you might look at the videos and think, oh, these graphics don't look as realistic, it doesn't matter. The moment you're in there and you're just playing and you're doing all these things and you're holding these guns and I'm closing my eyes to aim these guns, unless I'm going just balls out, just shooting everything. I don't give a fuck, and just I do that with Uzis. Just go out, like crazy. But so I was thinking I'm gonna start doing more reviews on VR because a lot of people are gonna start buying VR now. So I don't mind doing old games. So, and I have a group of like old VR games and newer games.
I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, okay. So Arizona Sunshine is really fun. A lot of VR games, it lets you choose if you want to travel with like the joystick on your controller or teleport. I still recommend teleporting more than anything. I know you guys want to run around honestly, if you're not moving your feet, it feels like you're flying or floating. It feels really weird. So I still recommend teleporting more than anything. You get used to it right away. So if you don't like it at first, you'll like it later.
And can't you get away from monsters faster teleporting?
Yeah. So once when I started playing this game again, it took me a while to do the teleporting because I was like, where am I going? Let me left or right. But then once you get the hang of it, you're just pressing up all the time. You're just like you're just teleporting, like floating almost. But it doesn't feel bad. It feels fine. I tried using the running. That feels weird. It's not cool. It's kind of like Pavlov. It's just feels a little awkward.
It comes down to who you are, though. Like I feel like some people would prefer the running,
but it's just since you're not moving your feet, it feels weird.
Yeah,
it feels so weird. Like
got you nauseous? Weird.
Yeah, like
or
the
would
first,
get you nauseous?
Like the first, I guess the first time I tried it here in this game, it's kind of like okay, cool, and you just press forward, and it's like oh, it's like I feel like I go backwards.
It's jarring.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. So teleporting's fine. This game's really neat. A lot of stuff to open, a lot of stuff to use as blocking. It's I want to see a 3-hour game, 3 hours to beat it, and it has co-op, and that's something I'd never done before.
I didn't know that it did.
And that was really neat because I was in there with Darth, and it was really fun. I was just watching him, and he was teaching me stuff that I didn't know about the game, like picking up like masks and stuff like that, which I didn't know, or like, we're trying to make it through this, like make it to Arizona, traveling through a military base, a cave, a bridge, some random resort, the mines, all these things, traveling through them, and then but at the same time, we're like, oh, okay, here's an ammo box. We have 4 cartridges. We're grabbing them, and we're like, oh, okay, so you get 1? Oh, damn, I grabbed 3. All right, hold up. And I bring one out. I'm like, here you go. And I throw it at him, and he catches it. All right, cool, dope, dude. And we were just trying to do
So immersive, right?
Yeah, man. It's so neat. Like,
So what does he look like? Does he look like a pair of guns, or does he look like a full-on
no, it's a full-on
model?
person. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
a full-on model. It's just up, but, don't expect damn, some Half-Life model, dude, to be honest.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just, it's one of the first ones, so it doesn't look as great as a lot of the new games. But it's still very, very, very immersive. It's very fun. The accuracy on the shooting is really good.
That's the real breakout hero here in this game. I remember, looking down a pistol, and you have to line up the sights.
You really have to line up the sights, yeah.
On a virtual gun. You have to line up the sights and, put their head on at the end of it, and it fucking feels real. If you're a little bit off, you're going to miss by a little bit.
Yeah, and that's what I think I love the most about this one, was just the aiming. Like,
You got the shooting right.
yeah, like I wanted, a lot of the kills I wanted to do were from far, just to see how good my aim was. Because I like to shoot in real life. And so just trying to get these shots just made me feel really cool. Getting the sniper, that's a little weird. It's a little uncomfortable, but you get used to it. But Arizona Sunshine, if you're barely buying VR and this is like your first time, it's just a must-have. It's a great game. They've added a couple DLCs, like 1 or 2 DLCs to it, which is right now are very cheap. The game's what?
66% off right now.
Yeah.
$13.59.
There's even a bundle, like a VR Essential bundle, and it's part of it. It's one of those games you gotta own.
Dude, $90. That looks like a good set of games.
Yeah, it's got like Gorn, Space Pirate Trainer, Budget Cuts. Thumper I've never heard of or played.
Thumper's a very popular one.
I've never seen it. Like
like
Super
a
Hot
rhythm
VR is fun.
Yeah, Super Hot's VR.
Freaking what's his face? Chosen was killing it with that. He couldn't stop playing that at the DLG con.
Space Pirate Trainer is one of my favorites. It kind of took a backseat to Beat Saber after that came out, but I still think it's.
I think that was one of the
my favorites.
earliest ones. I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like the VR games have gotten so much better since that.
It's also been upgraded a lot.
Yeah, that's one thing about a lot of the VR games are like, even though they came out in 2016, they keep adding like huge updates and adding like a lot of Arizona Sunshine had a minor update, but it added the Valve Index like controllers, so you can actually flip people off now, and it actually it's pretty cool.
Super important.
So, dude, we flipped each other off. That's pretty cool. But I really recommend it. It's a really fun game, and it's short, but that's what you're gonna get out of VR games right now.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, but it's very fun, and then the voice acting in that game is really good. That guy just talking to himself the whole time, talking about like he calls the zombies they're all Freddy's.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, look at this Freddy, he's such a like retard or whatever, and it's just super funny stuff he's saying, and then he's trying to get it, and he's trying to get out of he's trying to get to Arizona, and because he thinks that's where everyone is, so it's like
It looks like he's in Arizona.
So he's like, but he's trying to get to like
A certain city.
So it's like a certain city, yeah.
Gotcha.
But dude, it's really fun, man. It's really cool. There's little parts in the game that are just they're just fun. And then there's multiplayer, and there's also horde survival mode, which is really cool. You just see a bunch of zombies coming at you, and you're just going crazy on them. But I think everyone should, if you're buying a VR, getting ready for Alex, and you should get it now, so you get the free Alex out of it with
Yeah.
the Valve, and then get the free little perks.
That's why there's shortages out there.
Yeah, so like
Does the Index have a microphone built into it?
it does, man.
Do
So
all VRs have that? Didn't the one you had, the Vive?
I don't remember.
the Vive did have it too.
Yeah.
I never used it with Discord, but it's pretty cool. Whenever I turn on my Vive, my Index, it Discord automatically goes, would you like to switch devices? And I put yes, and I just go into a channel, and I'm just talking to Duck the whole time, like Darth Duck, like if I was using my mic and everything. And it sounds super good. Sounds great.
Yeah, it's the one that like they got away from noise canceling because people are getting startled and shit. it's good to be able to hear your surroundings and your in-game surroundings. At
The index has a thing where if someone waves, it turns on the webcam so you can see them.
Oh shit!
Well, not the
like
webcam.
in the top corner or something.
Because you know how it has the sensor in the cams in front or whatever. So yeah, whenever you like, I still haven't used it. I've never used it. You know, I play in my room and no one really comes in. But it says like wave detection thing. So if someone, I believe when they wave, it does like a background image of someone being in front of you, so they know. Which I think that's freaking awesome, dude. Because my brother did scare the shit out of me when I was playing Beat Saber, and he was like, "Yo, bro, I need something you win like this," and I jumped. Like it just made me scared the crap out of me. But Arizona Sunshine, check it out.
Bobby, I'm so glad that like you thought that Pixel Puzzles was like it should get top billing over Hand of Fate 2. I know it's an older game, but anyway, the Streamlabs. I just want to talk about them because
Steamlabs or Streamlabs?
Steamlabs, sorry.
Okay.
There is a Streamlabs.
Yeah.
Steamlabs. I want to talk about their experimental ways to sell you games. I checked them all out today. I don't think they're all going to be sticking around, but there's 6 different variations right now. So because they have the curator. No, what's that thing that you go through? I always forget the name of it, Bobby. Your feed, queue. Yeah, your queue. And I like that, but I think they're trying to improve on that by using different things. So they have the community recommendations, and there's some. If you click on that, Bobby, you can see that there's like different settings that you can put on there. So basically, it's just showing you the most recent reviews that people have written up. But then you could go to show advanced controls, and you can switch it to people that have played over 100 hours, over 10 hours. You could enter tags like roguelike or whatever. And then what time frame? So last week, month, whatever. When I went through it, the thing that kept popping up that of note was like Star Wars. A lot of people are writing positive reviews on Star Wars, except for Bobby. All right, I'm just going to burn through these because there's so many of them. Let's go to the next one, Bobby.
The next what?
The next experiment, I think is what they call them. If you click back. Yep, and you go down to this one, Deep Dive. This one, let me see what it was. Oh, this one is like you put in a game, and then it cross-references that with the Steam video game library for sale, the store. And so Bobby's putting Pixel Puzzle traditional on there, and we'll see what pops up. Nothing. Not one similar game. Not one.
It says similar tags: HD Poker, Alpine Ski, Pixel Puzzles Junior.
Oh, hey.
Fun for the whole family.
It is. And so I didn't find it, and this is a good point, Bobby. Thank you for doing that. I didn't find it very similar. Like I put Counter-Strike in there and some game. For sure, some games like Squad and other things were popping up, but not everything that I would think. Or maybe it's because that it was excluding games that are in my library. Maybe that's why. But this is kind of cool. If you like just finished a game and want to find something very similar, this is a good way to do it, I guess. Next one, Bobby.
Wait, what was that? The Book of Breast and what? I just saw breasts.
I don't know.
Oh man, I missed it. Press forward.
The filter results, you don't even got to click on it. It just basically means that when you search the traditional way, if you scroll down, it's infinite. Like it won't ever end. I'm sure it ends at some point, but if you just keep scrolling, it's just going to keep showing. It's going to keep giving the next best thing forever. Thousands and thousands of games.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I hate about Steam right now? That's fucking sucks. Is just my store is combined with all the safe, like normal games, and then like my weird. I like to just look at nude pornography type games.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about those games. I still don't own a single one of those VR, but I got very curious, and I just keep clicking on them. And I hate how my store and like my suggested is like, you know, all these competitive FPS shooters and then a bunch of porn games for VRs. I hate that. I wish I could separate.
You can. If you go on, well, are you talking about your queue?
Yeah.
you can exclude certain tags. So I've already excluded like,
Porn.
yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. I need to do that.
Yeah, that's a good way.
It's just really messing with me. And then like I noticed a lot of you guys on DLG. Mm-hmm. This guy owns this game. I know who you are. You dirty little boy.
All right, go down, Bobby. New and popular is a show that the computer just Steam AI puts together, and it puts together like mini trailers. Like it's 25 minutes of games, but each game is only about 6 seconds, I would say.
Didn't you think it was a little overpowering when we were watching this?
One of the things stood out to me, but really, I think they're going off of like first impressions, like what's going to get you to click, not to buy, but enough interest that you're going to click on it. And there was one in there that I was like, oh, I want to see what this is. And so I wouldn't say I liked it the most, but I like this one like the second most. Anyway, it's showing you 4 different things at the same time, and only for about 4 or 5 seconds, and then it moves on to the next one. This one I really like the most, the interactive recommender. You have to sign in for this one. Don't worry about it, Bobby. It takes your existing library, and it analyzes it, and the AI finds you games that you're most gonna like, depending on that it thinks with its machine learning or whatever. And you can do there's a 2 graphs that you can move back and forth. You can do popular to niche, and then older to newer. So you can mess around with that and like try to find something, right up your alley based on your hours played by which games. So it took like TF2 was my like number 1 game, so I was getting like a lot of first person shooters and stuff. But check it out. It's definitely worth checking out if you have any time played on Steam. I think that was my favorite one. The last 2 the last one doesn't really matter. Micro trailers, they're not even playing. They're 6-second trailers. It's like, why would you do this one if you could do the long one where it's just playing them for you? They weren't playing for me. So
Cooney. That's
Well,
cool.
I think the idea behind the micro trailers is instead of like a storefront, or they're going to implement this into the storefront. And I think they did it for the sale. Like you see this whole array of games, and as opposed to it just being a thumbnail, you hover over it and the video starts playing.
we did miss one, but it doesn't matter. It wasn't a very good one either. Anyway, check them out.
Cool.
It's it's at the top right of your screen. There's a lot of tools they're trying to try out, and I think the more you use it, like if we all use the recommender, I feel like they're gonna go towards that. Whichever gets used the most, they'll probably do.
Mm-hmm. All right, not a lot of news happening right now. We're kind of in a lull of news, especially around Black Friday. Everything's revolving around sales right now. So,
I went through like 3 pages of sales before I found any fucking news. So we're gonna talk about cows. Why not? In Russia, I guess some farmers are trying out VR for cows.
Wait. I was expecting like an intermission or something. I've been wanting to pee for like fucking ever.
Let's do it right now.
we should do it after this. We only got one news article.
God damn it! I need a drink too, Bobby.
Or we could do that before listener questions.
All right,
That's all we have left after this.
Sounds good.
It's been known for a long time that happier cows produce more milk, but you also got to keep them like sitting in one place. So how do you fix it? You do VR, I guess. So they're seeing if they can make happier cows with this VR unit. And man, I can't get away from the idea of the Matrix, right? Aren't these cows? If this works out and they start doing it, it's basically the Matrix for cows, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like they're getting resources out of the organic thing by making it happen or happy. It's fucking crazy, man. We're living in the future. VR cows.
VR cow.
All right.
Squadron says, what kind of porn are they showing the cows?
Okay, so I guess we can take a break here, and when we come back, listener questions. All right, we're clear.
Okay.
But the stream is still rolling. A little behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, totally. So much.
I seriously lost it, man.
Dude, I died. I literally, I didn't know. I'm confused. I'm still confused.
I haven't recuperated from that.
No.
What are you? You want another drink? Is that what you asked me?
Just one more.
Whoa.
Nomás tengo
Ugh. Entertain us. Yeah, time for my one-man show. Work on my tight five here. Oh, boy. Let me bring up chat. I can't even see what you guys are saying over there. All right. Yeah, it's headphones. How's 6 a.m. treating me? Dude, being back to work sucks. All I did over my break was work and try not to get sick. That's pretty much it, man. And it is super hot in this room. Not like sweltering, but it's like actually cold now outside. But this room is like an oven. Can't cool us down at all. No, I don't start work at 6 a.m. I wake up at 5 a.m. and I leave for work around 6:30. Yeah, I get to work around 7. Yeah, it's an early start, but you kind of get used to it. Like I go to bed around 8:30 or 9ish. I try to get in bed around that time so I can kind of wind down. I have to watch something super light. I usually put on some cartoons on my phone, try to chill out. Try not to play any video games right up before I go to bed. Otherwise, I'm just way too hyper. You see, an AC unit would be too loud, though. And during the summer, we were running an AC unit outside the door and then filtering it in through here, and it helped out. Even just opening that door right now, like there's a rush of cold air coming in. So, if we need to, we open the door and turn on a fan, and it's fine. It's not too bad. Just got to tough it out, man. That's what it comes down to. That's what I do. You don't see me up there getting another drink, taking a piss. Nah, I could roll right through the whole episode. No problem. I gotta fix that. Slow roasting, yep. Yeah, it's never really a problem for me, but when I'm with my girlfriend, she's always cold and I'm always hot. That's always difficult. The Steam page keeps changing here. They keep adding more and more stuff here. It was like a tentacle earlier today. Yeah, I get pretty tired by the end of the day. I mean, Mondays are tough days for me. I mean, I wake up at 5 a.m., work out, go to work out again, work all day. Then I'd usually come straight over here. It takes me just over an hour to get here from work, which is crazy. Traffic is ridiculous.
And you prefer Sunday? I mean, Monday still.
Well, because Sunday I get the whole day off, man. That's like I never have a whole day off. So having one day out of the week, that's just like...
Yeah, I get it. Back when I had 2 jobs and they were overlapping, I just made sure that I had one day off, But that one day off, it always ended up being fucking laundry day and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a day to get all this stuff done. But it works out well because I can schedule things on Sunday.
What? You said you want to catch a buzz.
Yeah, but holy shit, dude.
Yeah, it tastes like shit.
Yeah. Well, it's gin. It's just I'm not a gin drinker, so
It's catching on for me.
is it? Damn it.
I think it's the only alcohol it's the most different tasting alcohol out of all of them.
Yeah, it certainly has a taste.
Yeah.
Really?
I get that people don't dig it, but anyway.
I would say like when you're drinking good tequila and you know your tequila and you're checking out all the taste of the tequila depending where that's really good too.
Yeah, good. No, I get that it's good. I'm just saying it's the most different out of all of them.
Well, for you, for some people, something else can be like the most different. Think of it that way.
And on that note, let's start deliberating about video games.
And we're back. So before we get into listener questions, I wanted to plug that this Friday we're going to have another one of our little mini episodes. I interviewed the developer of Guard Duty, and it was great. It was a shorter episode or a shorter interview than some of my other ones, but it was really good. So definitely check that one out. Good.
Which one is Guard Duty, Bobby? I haven't listened
Guard
to the
Duty
episode.
was the point-and-click adventure game.
Oh, okay.
Where part of it took place in the past and part in the future. And what was so funny, this was addressed later in the interview, but as soon as I got on the line with him and started talking to him, I'm like, oh my God, he sounds just like the main character. And I didn't want to say like, hey, like right off the bat, did you voice the main character? Turns out later, yes, he did. But the main character is kind of, a dim-witted idiot kind of guy. So I don't know.
Is that why you thought it was him? Jesus
No,
Christ, dude.
Damn, dude.
Wow.
Is he listening right now?
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
No, he's got a
Rude, dude.
British accent.
So rude.
But, yeah.
Go play your puzzle games.
Okay, so listener questions. We're going to start calling this Zap and Warconius Ask Us Questions. So
Damn.
we encourage anyone to go on our Discord, and you can ask questions there. And we appreciate Zap and Warconius always coming through with some good listener questions. I'm going to try to organize this as best I can so it flows well, but we'll see what happens. All right, first one from Zap. Have any of you had a really negative experience with a celebrity, and what was it?
You guys go first.
Oh, man, I have several. Like a bunch of bad.
But negative ones?
Yeah. It's a lot of them are my fault because I'm too drunk. A lot of them are... I got invited because I lived in LA for a little while, and I met a lot of people because I was trying to make it in the industry, But I think the worst one was
The worst is best.
was dealing with and this was actually not like none because I have stories. This one's just like a normal story. I'm sorry. This was I worked security for a while, and this was back in San Diego. This was before I lived in LA. I worked security, and this was the year that I don't remember if it was Iron Man 1 or 2. Iron Man was out. Zombieland and some Jimmy Fallon stupid movie. Anyways, the reason I'm saying them is because I was escorting these celebrities to and from the main hall H, at Comic-Con. We were like, in between like the walls pretty much at the convention center. It's really neat. It's like you get to see everything on the inside. It's like, whoa.
There's a whole maze
Yeah,
back
it's
there,
a
right?
maze, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And so I remember I met Robert Downey. Nicest guy in the world. Hilarious. When we walked him through the crowds, he was just like, no, let him come to me. And it's cool taking pictures. Nicest, funniest person ever. And I was with Woody Harrelson.
Damn, dude, you met a lot of people.
And he was, is it Woody Harrelson, the guy from Zombieland?
Yeah.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson and Emma Stone. They were the ones that I walked with, and then the other guy, the little Jewy guy, and the little girl.
Little Jewy guy.
I have the Jew Pro. It's awesome. I love
What's
it.
his name, Bobby?
Oh God, what is his name? Social Network.
Social Network.
Social Network guy. Yeah,
We know
yeah.
who we're talking about.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
And that was fun. And
Little
so
Jewy.
and then that was cool. He was super nice also. They were all super nice, hilarious. Then Jimmy Fallon, dude. Biggest piece of shit I've ever met in my life, dude. He's so fake. Like, it's ridiculous how fake he was. Like, oh my goodness. Like, the first time when we meet him, the first thing he tells us is it's just like, hey, keep everyone the fuck away from me. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, dude, you're wearing a green suit. Like, he was wearing a whole green fucking suit. And I was just like,
Like a green screen suit?
yeah, a green screen suit. Yeah. He's wearing that. Something promoting some other shit.
Yeah.
And he was just like a dick. And then people would come up to him and you'd be a dick. And then and it's just, everything he was saying was just being a dick. And then I straight up told him, I got pissed off. Like, I felt like it was almost like bullying. I felt like almost like it was just weird. It was uncomfortable. And I kind of accidentally said, stop being a dick, or I forgot how I said it, but I called him a dick, and he just looked at me and he had me removed right away. And that was the last of my escorting people. at Comic-Con, and then I was working late shift from fucking like 10 at night to like fucking 7 in the morning.
Dude, this is so funny that you say that because I was just thinking last night. Because out of all the clips, I probably watch more online. I watch Jimmy Fallon clips, probably the most, for sure, of the Late Show, right? And then I was thinking to myself, swear to God, last night, I feel like he's the least narcissistic of all the late night guys, but apparently not. Unless it's all fake.
It's all fake, man. The guy was unless now he changed and it's like, you know, he's a different person. But like I straight up called Jimmy Fallon a dick, and it felt great. And he's a
little dude, no?
Huh?
Little dude, no?
Yeah, he's not really that big. He's just normal size, I guess. I don't know. But he was just the meanest person ever.
You were defending the people, dude.
I was, but it was just man, that guy's such a.
Did you lose your job?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
no, I
should've.
didn't. I didn't because the way he got me removed, he was just like, hey, I don't want to work with him anymore. That was it. He didn't. At least he wasn't that much of a dick. Yeah. I guess. So you're not that much of a dick, Jimmy Fallon.
You didn't get arrested, huh?
But no, of course I'm going to get arrested.
Because then you'd be a Jimmy Fallon. Bobby?
Wow. That guy we couldn't remember, that was Jesse Eisenberg.
You know what? Yes. Thank you, Bobby. I'm Jesse now. That honestly, quick thinking on that one's pretty good.
Thanks.
Unless you just had it in the bank for like ever, which then that's weird.
Yeah, I just have Jimmy Fallon jokes.
Yeah, because you were like last night you were watching, you're like, I hope someone talks about Jimmy Fallon and about a time where he almost gets arrested. And I'll say Jimmy Fallon. Boom. Done. Comedic genius, guys. Just letting you guys know that's how it works here.
Yep.
All of us.
I don't think I've ever met a celebrity. Huh? Yeah, I don't think so.
Really?
Like maybe athletes or something, you know, like local athletes, baseball players, but not even in public, like at signings and stuff. But yeah, dude, I've never just like ran into a famous person.
The coolest guy was Nick.
Coral?
No, the guy from Grandma's Boy.
Nick Swartzen?
That guy was the coolest guy to hang out with for like, I think, an hour and a half. That's what we hung out with.
I feel like that dude is that dude anytime you run into him.
He was super cool. He was the nicest guy. And it was just like, we had
who's
a spot.
The guy, sorry, who's the guy that you said goes to the taco place and sometimes he would be really friendly and other times he would be not friendly?
Which taco place?
I don't know. When you were in LA. And you're like, this super famous dude would come in.
Well, no, like the Barney's Beanery, that would be Nick Swartzen. That was
Nick Swartzen. Okay, yeah.
Because sometimes he'd be like, don't touch me. Like, don't even come close to me. But other times, he's really cool. And
dude, I got to put up with so much.
Yeah, I can imagine. But then he's not that big of a guy. You know, he's totally a B-lister. He's like in between B and A.
He was pretty big in the mid-2000s.
Yeah, he was. That's what he really was. He was. You know, he was like every Adam Sandler film, and like he always had a great cool little funny role. But that guy was really cool, and he would like get us drinks, tell us about a bunch of stupid shit that happened, and like when I was filming this is what happened. We just laughed. We just making us laugh the whole time. And then whenever some like dumb drunk asshole would come over and say something stupid to him, he was the quickest guy to get back at him. It was hilarious. And I don't know, it was nice. But there was times where like we'd get there and he was just like probably like shitty day.
I'm gonna send you this clip of him lighting up this podcast. I keep talking about it. They light each other up at the beginning of every episode, right? Mm-hmm. Rip Your Drip, where they make fun of each other. Yeah. Okay. And then this guy he comes in another level, dude. They can't even come close. Like it's just he's so good at fucking.
Dude, he's
fast.
Great.
Yeah,
he's great. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
Don't you mean pipe me down, lotion? That joke was for two people. So nobody ever, huh, Bobby? I had a intimate time with the cast of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but that wasn't so cool. But that wasn't bad. It was really good. I won't say
any
what
negative stories.
Yeah, I would say I don't want to call them out, but like
I did. Fuck Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, but there's no repercussions. Like, we interviewed Evan Lottie, and like I didn't bother the guy afterwards at all, except for like really big things, like when we did the WSD thing, and just like cold shoulder, like I never existed. So I don't know if I did a bad interview. It was so long ago. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. So he probably doesn't even remember who I was. But that was pretty much it. Just getting cold shouldered by somebody I thought was my best friend.
Oh no, dude! I have crazy stories. Like just one day when we're on Discord and we're gaming, just remind me of just some stupid story. And my best one, I'm just gonna give it to you right now. And my friends know about the story, and they just go like, "You lucky motherfucker!" And yes, it was really cool. But I got to hang out all because of a chick. But thanks to her, I got to hang out for one night with Leonardo DiCaprio, and that was the coolest fucking story ever in my life. But
I haven't even heard the story.
it's really cool. I don't share it as much, but it's really neat.
I feel like
Really cool.
like people around Leo, they don't tell stories. Like there's no rumors about Leo.
So
And it must be because they're having such a good time.
So there's a
they
lot
respect
of
him.
So a lot of it. Ah man, this is a podcast. I don't know how people listen to this shit, so I don't know.
You know exactly how many people listen to it.
Oh, I know.
Thousands of people.
I know, but it's like, what if I'm like, the random person just hears and they go like, what? And then they'll just like, I get blasted right now for something for that night. But damn, that was a good night. That was a good night. I did have to put my phone away.
Is this showing up as weird? It's
No.
yellow.
Oh, is it like?
So this,
It's
Oh, you can't see it in the.
it looks a little different.
Huh.
It's yellow. Yellow has green in it.
Bobby, that's super. Well, I guess you don't go out to things very often. Well, no, I don't
How do
know.
you never like had like a celebrity moment?
Yeah, never ran into a celebrity, not even during like Comic-Con or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Like honestly, I don't know if I'd even recognize a lot of them, but like if out in public.
Yeah.
All right, next question from Tylor. Not a question, but FYI, supporters on Patreon are called patrons.
We've heard this a bunch of times.
Yeah, we say it sometimes. I've called them patrons.
I always
I've
call them
called
Patreons. I don't know. You're right, but
We should probably change that in the show notes. I
like
just
being
go off
wrong.
the teleprompter here. I'm like Ron Burgundy.
It's like you're right, but
unless you are one, you better not say. Oh, you probably are one.
Are you one? Huh?
Are you feeling lucky, punk?
Huh? I'll get Jimmy Fallon on your ass.
Okay, next question from Warconius. Have you guys checked out Steam stats lately? They have a lot of cool data. I was looking at average download speeds by country. Turns out Canada and US have similar averages, but most of Europe is terrible. Japan and Norway is some of the best. Australia is embarrassingly bad,
We know
on par
that.
with Peru and India. So this is part of, Steam has a lot of statistics. A lot of them have to do with hardware as well, but this one particularly has to do with bandwidth. And you can sort it by ISP as well and see what most people are using and what speeds they're getting through that. But it is kind of interesting to look at. So you can see where the best and the worst places are. And it's all the places you would imagine. All the super remote places have a pretty poor connection.
What else can we find out here, Bobby?
Not too much on this specific Steam.
No. I mean, like other stats.
The only other thing I found somewhat interesting was on the hardware. I mean, obviously, who's playing what games and like the most people playing the games. But the hardware one, I like to look at every so often. So 75% of people are using an NVIDIA card.
That's market
80%
share.
of people are using an Intel processor. And here on VR, so this is new. I haven't checked it since VR was a big thing. But HTC Vive looks like it is about 34%.
Oh damn!
Oculus, the various Oculus ones are about 50%.
Probably because of the price range, I would imagine.
No one
Yeah.
owns the Pro apparently.
So the index, now keep in mind this is very new, so it doesn't start
Wait,
till
no.
right here.
Sorry, the Vive Pro is the light blue, no?
No, that's the Oculus Rift.
Yeah, there's a lot of shades of blue here. Yeah, this is the Oculus
The
Rift.
Rift S is
Okay.
picking up.
Is the Pro really that? Nobody bought the Pro?
Well, the
It's
Pro,
$1,000. It was $1,000.
Yeah, and they probably already had the Vive. And you can look at the newer stuff is doing the worst. So Valve Index, I mean, it's growing, but it's
Yeah.
only at 5%. 5% of people with a VR kit have an
And it's
index.
still $1,000 for the whole kit.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it's price, and it's also just how long it's been out. You know, if you're first to market, then obviously you're going to have a big market share. But yeah, that's an interesting spread on VR. And you can go to, if you just search like Steam stats, it'll come up, or steampowered.com/stats, I think is the website. But it's
Yeah.
cool to stop by and check those out every
The
now and then.
Vive Pro is only it's $1,000 for just the headset. Remember that?
Yeah.
Because it was like 1,200 or 1,300 or 1,400 if you want the 2.0 fucking sensors, the base, whatever, forget what they call it, and the controller with like a different color.
Yeah, and I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I haven't played them both, but technically on paper, I believe the Vive Pro still has a better screen.
OLED.
Okay.
The OLED.
And then, versus the Index. But Index, their tagline is very specific. It says fidelity first.
It has like a
saying,
wider range, and then
it feels better.
It feels better.
Yeah.
But but you don't have those true blacks.
Right.
But when you're playing these games, you don't notice it as much.
By the way, QLED and OLED are the same thing, right?
No.
QLED's like Samsung's version
Samsung
of it.
version
It's
of
supposedly
it.
not as good, but it's probably kind of the same thing.
I should have talked about this on hardware, but we.
I own both.
Yeah, you talked about
and
that.
OLEDs are
last
definitely
week.
better.
Oh, that's definitely better.
We bought 2 QLEDs for the house. All the TVs got switched around. Luckily, all the hooks on the back just hooked on the other ones.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So much less work.
So you guys went Samsung with like what, the Q60s or Q70s, Q80s, Q90s?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know which QLED? And right now that it's Cyber Monday.
I gotta say, I wasn't blown away by the.
No.
After buying it, like I wasn't blown away.
Yeah, you're not.
Well,
blown
what are
away.
you watching on it? TV? Like
No, I
cable
found some
TV?
UHD content.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the Planet Earth stuff always looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah. So one thing about Samsung that I dislike is just that they're not open to Dolby Vision, which is like a really awesome just way of. It's more than anything, it's color correction, like an amazing like array of colors in the way they're. Dolby Vision is awesome together with Dolby Audio, Dolby Atmos, but Samsung does not do that with their TVs. LG does. I know, like other I think. There's this TV brand called TCL.
They're coming up quick
You
and
have
good.
one right there.
I really recommend TCL. Like a mother. Like this is a great TV. The new ones.
It's like the new Vizio.
yeah, dude. But it's better than
But
Vizio.
it's better than Vizio,
It's
I think.
right now for Cyber Monday they have a 65-inch QLED TCL. No, QLED TCL.
QLED is Samsung's thing. You said.
I exactly. But
Okay.
TCL bought Samsung's technology because LG only sold to Apple, I believe, and Sony. Sony has OLEDs too. They bought their technology, and Sony sells the same TV that LG has, but for $5,000, $6,000 instead of because it's Sony, and you know, people still go, "Oh, Sony's probably better than LG." It's the same technology, dumbass. It's just fucking buy the LG. It's cheaper. Anyways, TCL, you guys should look into that. Right now, actually for Cyber Monday, I believe at Best Buy it's $699 for a 65-inch TCL QLED. Great reviews. I've looked into it like all over the place because that's the TV I want to buy my dad for Christmas.
Yeah.
And probably the best TV for that price, hands down. I can really say TCL QLED TV for the price right now. Get it because it's normally $800. Right now it's $600, $700. Get it. It's a great TV.
In the last year and a half, I've bought 3 TCLs because on a much lower scale than Bobby, people in my dumb family looked at me for tech. So, like, as far as TV buying, I was like, so I bought the first one just because they wanted the bottom dollar. So I was like, just grab this one because
There's several versions of the TCL. So.
Yeah, of course. But that it's held up and it looks great. And then I bought another one, and then I bought another one, and nobody has any complaints about them. So, DL Gaming brought to you by TCL. It's a Chinese company, and they're just doing it cheaper.
Yeah, so they did so well last year that they're getting huge. So like for what's that? The one in Vegas,
Las Vegas.
in January.
CES.
Yeah, now they have this huge room and all this new stuff to come in. They actually have a $3,000 TV now because they actually have like this other technology.
They
now
have
for it.
high-end stuff.
Yeah, they have higher end stuff now, but they have grown so much because the quality of their panels are great.
Oh, Bobby, I sent you the link. You weren't interested, huh?
For $1,000 one, yeah.
That's the one I bought.
Yeah, I don't. Nah, I'm fine with my TV.
Honestly, the TCL.
I've been going to the movies a lot more, so I don't feel as bad. Having a.
Dude, I'm
lower setup.
thinking I gotta fucking return that, or I'm not gonna renew the.
Yeah, you aren't really using it.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if I'm going to renew it either, but I'm using the hell out of it.
You know
right
what?
the movie
AMC.
pass.
I haven't used it lately either. What the hell? What is it? Was it just like a?
It's $24 a month, and you get to see 3 movies a week. Any movie, and, any screening.
Yeah.
Like
3D.
even premium.
Yeah.
Like the Dolby Vision, the
But here's the
IMAX, 3D, anything. You can watch these at AMC theaters.
But here's the thing: like, I probably go twice a month. That's cheaper than that because the AMC 10 over here is $10. So.
Yeah, I know.
time-
Like if we go down to Palm, it's like $5 a movie every time. Period at AMC. But I do like the convenience of like, oh, let's go watch a movie, grab the app, boom, done.
Yeah.
And the thing is, all you need to do is watch one Dolby Vision movie or one like.
It's
And I
pretty
do
easy
like
to
this.
get your value out of it because
Yeah.
a movie ticket is what, like, usually when I go, it's like $17
Yeah, same.
or something.
Because I always
I
go
don't
Dolby.
know why this one. It's so dope.
The AMC has like a $5 Tuesday thing.
Yeah.
No,
They got-
this is every day. Best movie, $10.
Regal.
AMC 10. You know which one?
Regal.
No, AMC 10.
The one in Chula Vista?
Old Chula Vista.
Oh, they made it $5 now? Kind of
It's
like
$10.
$10.
But it's super dope. Like
Oh, yeah, they have
reclining
nice reclining chairs and everything.
the
Yeah.
whole thing. It's fucking awesome.
That's
That's the
cool.
only place I watch movies. But
Yeah.
anyway, I guess we can't say it officially until we record the first one, right?
It's just the Dolby, man. Like if go to Pausa Bonita, pay the $18 or $19 for one Dolby movie, and then compare it to the AMC one, you see a difference. And the sound's ridiculous.
I do have to say, with the new TVs, the new QLEDs that we got, the sound is incredible. For a flat screen. Because in the past, the speakers were on the back shooting towards the wall. The wall would absorb it and then shoot it back, right?
Shoot it back, yeah.
And now the speakers are behind the screen, and the screen vibrates. You don't see it, but it's part of the speaker system, and it just resonates right off of the screen, which is really, really nice. That was my favorite thing of it. All right, moving on.
All right, another one from Morconius. Best game soundtracks of 2019. My choice is Outer Worlds. Second question, do you think game soundtracks have become better than movie soundtracks?
Oh man. That's a hard one.
There's been a lot of, Guard Duty had I talked about how it had a great song in its main menu. Very simple tune, just layered with different instruments. I really liked that, and I thought it was a perfect fit for that game. But also, Disco Elysium has some good tracks in it as well. And as far as soundtracks being better in games than movies, I mean,
The
maybe.
budgets aren't the same, I believe.
You'd be surprised because I was
You'd be
talking
surprised,
to
yeah.
I was talking to Minnie, and this actually was not part of the little mini episode we did.
But when will you ever get John Williams or like
Well, see, that's
fucking-
that's kind of the whole thing I'm about to explain here. Like in Jedi Fallen Order, they recorded that with the London Symphony, and they recorded it at Abbey Road Studio, where they recorded the original Star Wars.
Oh, nice.
songs.
Okay.
So, that's a really cool touch. He was talking about how great the sound was in Jedi Fallen Order, and when I had streamed it a little bit, I had actually turned the sound off because I was listening to other music. So it reminded me to turn that back on. But I think soundtracks in games are getting a lot better, and I think movies aren't getting worse, but they're just getting a little more bland because a lot of movies are scored with like kind of an innocuous soundtrack.
Well, the whole music thing, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like dramatic music, generic dramatic
right,
music.
right.
Like you
Well,
don't
yeah,
have.
but then again, if you have John Williams on there or like
Yeah, but
Hans
when's-
Zimmer, you know,
when's the
which
last
you're
time
like,
John Williams has done something though?
Well, they do
he has
what
a-
they do.
he
what's
did Star
selling,
Wars,
right?
didn't he? Or was it Zimmer? Like both Star Wars, I believe. It was either Zimmer
The
or
new ones?
or Williams. Yeah, the new ones.
I don't know.
No, they're still doing music. I actually saw Hans Zimmer live. And
All I'm saying
it
is
was
like
crazy.
they're doing what sells and doesn't cost a lot because they're trying to save, right? So for all the event,
I
like
don't think it's a matter of cost though.
you don't think so?
No, I think it's
Cost.
More dramatic effect.
No, I think the music is kind of becoming less of a personality in a movie. Like everyone knows the Indiana Jones song, everyone knows the Star Wars
Right.
themes. A lot of people know the Back to the Future theme, but
Nobody
like this-
knows the Avenger theme.
Yeah, and it has one. It has kind of like a prominent one, and I can't really think of it right now. But they do have that one when they all assemble. It plays like someone could probably hum that, but Iron Man doesn't have one. Ant-Man doesn't have one. Like it's a very generic soundtrack. So I think that's just kind of the trend this day. I think it's kind of like a stylistic choice that they're going for.
But then again, if you hear every song from both of these composers, like John Williams or Hans Zimmer, you know what movie it is exactly because these guys are
of course,
Jurassic
they're
Park.
iconic.
Yeah.
It's part of the movie. It's like
Yeah.
another part of the movie. And another thing that used to be big in movies too was they would license a song. They would have like a song that either they had licensed the rights to, or they would contract someone like Danger Zone in Top Gun.
Yeah.
Like originally,
Yeah.
Kenny Loggins wasn't supposed to sing that. They had somebody else on contract to do it, and they ended up going through Kenny Loggins. But that would get released alongside, and it was kind of like this double-headed attack,
So-
you know.
But
so they
that's
would make
old
money on that.
school
But here's-
fucking
here's-
money hand.
Yeah, that's like really old.
Yes.
school,
Yeah,
but
and
here-
like a lot of like glad handing, like let's all make money. Like we got this thing that's
Yes.
gonna make money.
So what's happening right now a lot with movies is they're working together. You know, film companies are working together with records because with record companies because they're kind of someone owns someone and everyone owns everyone, right?
Yeah.
So it's always like, oh, we're Fox. Well, Fox is Disney now, right? Anyway, damn it, Sony. We're Sony. We're making a Sony film. Hey, what Sony artists do you have? That's good. You know,
Yeah, of course.
Let's throw these
Of course.
guys. Let's throw these guys on here, and that's
and
what.
why wouldn't you? If we were them, we would do the same thing.
Exactly.
But
So that's
regardless
what
of who does
everything's
it,
become.
I mean, the style has definitely changed. And I feel like even though if John Williams does do the new movies, it doesn't sound like John Williams. Hum me a tune from Rogue One. Hum me a tune from The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
You know, like nobody knows what that is. And I think, and I'm not
Has
saying
it
it's good or
become that
bad.
we just stop?
Yeah, it's not
caring
good
as
or
much?
bad.
It's not good or bad.
It's
It's,
not
just
good
a
or
style.
bad, dude.
Like the trend right now is just to have music more in the background.
Yeah.
You know, and not have, because dude, in Indiana Jones is like bum bum. Like, dude, it's
Yeah.
in your face.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can't avoid that. And they play it at like a big scene or something. And it's very much a part of the movie. But I don't know. Now I think they've toned it down a little bit.
Because I feel like a lot of it's like a lot of the importance that we gave to the movies before and what we give to them now. I feel like us, maybe our age, appreciate movies a little bit more. And half of the time I'm in the movie theater and there's people watching a movie and they're younger than us. Half of the time they're on their phones. It's ridiculous. Even and these are and it's I don't
All
know.
right, old Ray.
Dude, we're older. We care about these movies a little bit more. It's like I think it's the only time where I really put my phone away and I'm just like I'm gonna appreciate the fuck out of this. And
Film.
and everyone else is just kind of like, oh, this is so good. And people are like even recording parts of the fucking movie and putting it on their Instagram story.
That's why I go to the expensive movies, rated R movies. Dude, it was so nice being on vacation and being able to go to a movie like in the daytime. Well, I guess kids were on break as well, but like you don't have the kids in the audience. When,
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah,
if you
parents
start
still
your
work.
own businesses, this could all be yours. I'm saying, take the risk. Bobby, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I'd go broke and lose my pension and my benefits, health and dental.
Yeah.
What's the last
Am I
time you went
reti-
to the
The dentist.
I feel like I feel like the moment if I just quit and then I have to start paying for health insurance, then like I feel like that transition from like
Yeah, dude. You know
getting
how much
like,
health insurance is?
it's ridiculous. It's like $500 something.
Yeah, dude. Like the one I have would be $600 a month.
Yeah, same. So I work for healthcare, so it's completely free. So and I have like the premium of the premium from a healthcare company, and if I did not work for them, it'd be super fucking expensive.
Here's the fucked up thing about that whole thing. I worked 20 years in retail that had great fucking benefits.
Never
Healthy
goes
as a
down.
goddamn ox.
Yeah, of course.
Nothing ever
Of
broke
course,
down.
of course.
As soon as I started my own business, shit starts to break down.
Of course, dude. Not only
you
that,
get
we
old,
get
that's what
older,
happens.
dude. We get
Yeah.
older. It just happens.
Those
Yeah, but you don't
pre-existing
know this
conditions.
as 20. When you're
Like,
25,
I don't
You should
remember-
have gotten life insurance when you were
The
younger.
only
man.
time to
Should've
go to
locked
the-
that in when you were younger.
The only time to go to the ER is because I got in a car accident, which happens to me a lot. I get hit. I get hit by a lot. People
a
love my
terrible
car. They
driver.
just love fucking hitting my car for all these fucking. Right now, I need to go to urgent care because I have like a big ass red mark on my.
All right, let's move on.
Anyways, it's really weird. I'll show it to you guys later
No.
on Discord.
All right. Let's see. Where was I? Zap, what are your thoughts on the different game streaming services? Have you had an opportunity to check out Stadia, Xbox Game Streaming, or EA Origin Streaming?
Are they out yet? Are all these
yeah,
out yet?
in some form or another. You know, like Stadia, you can only if
Oh
you
yeah,
already
Stadia,
bought
yeah,
into it.
yeah. But Xbox and EA Origin, I didn't
I
even
think
know.
they're in beta.
So
The
we're not
Xbox
even.
One is in beta. I
Damn
think.
it!
I didn't know that EA had one, to be honest with you.
No, I didn't know either.
Where's the DLG pool on this one?
If we only had a PC gaming podcast that we can find out all this information.
I know, right? Oh, if only someone could figure
Well,
this
we
out
knew
for
about
us.
Xbox Game Streaming. They talked about it a lot at XO19, and that one looks pretty good. And we know that Xbox has the best subscription service.
Recycled. Are you saying that that Nvidia has their own streaming service? Is that what you're saying?
They had been trying to do that.
Oh,
for
they
a
had the
long
Blade,
time.
right?
Yeah, they had that whole Blade thing, and I don't know whatever came of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like there's so much that's up in the air right now. I'm just like, you guys figure it all out. When it gets good, call me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not in any rush.
Yeah, I mean,
we just
neither.
solidified our old man status right now.
No, it's not because I don't think it's an old man status. It's because we have rigs. They can handle everything out there right now, and we're good.
So I was at a party on Saturday, and somebody mentioned that I had a PC gaming podcast. Somebody came up to me, and he's like, "Oh, what do you think of Stadia?" Like, blah blah. And I was
Really?
like, he's like, "Aren't you the exec market?" And I was like, "Well, I have a killer rig now. When it's time for me to upgrade, I'll take a hard look at everything. But until then, like, I'm good. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time JP Diddy watched our podcast, but he caught me in a clip like stroking and then grabbing balls. I can't hear what he's what I'm
Is that
talking
from
about.
this episode?
That's from this right now.
Is he watching?
Wait, are you wearing the shirt? Yeah, it's right
Yeah.
now because I wear this all the time because it's my uniform pretty much. My
JP, why
uniform.
don't you say shit in fucking stream if you're...
I'm like,
Yeah, it's
and then
pretty
I'm
good.
just like balls.
All right.
So good.
Zap's got another question here. What's
Damn it,
worst game-
Zap.
Worst game you played this year that wasn't Anthem?
Oh,
Dude, I read this early on, and I really thought long and hard on it. Like, I don't have a very good memory, so I don't know. I really don't know. This
worst
Fission X, I know it's really recent, and I don't want to shit all over the game.
I'm gonna be really honest with
I
you.
didn't get it, man.
With
I
this.
did not get it.
So worst game I played this year that was an Anthem, and it's gonna be, and you're gonna
Controversial.
Borderlands 3. I bought
You
it.
can fuck right off, dude. That's
I-
a great game.
I bought it. I played it with like Fastidious, with Darth, with like a bunch of other people, trying to go through the whole thing. I played it for like 2-3 hours nonstop. Everyone's super excited. I'm like, yeah, let me get into this. And it was just like,
You can fuck right off.
oh, dude, did you? And you were talking about it on the fucking podcast, and this people were playing it, and they're on it, and I'm just like, I played this shit for like 3 hours, and I want my 3 hours back. I probably will never touch Borderlands 3 again.
You're an asshole.
It was so whatever.
I'll give it that game
It was
like
so.
a solid 85. 82.
I'll give it a 70 just because it's a C and it's just, it's average. It's an average game. It did not hook me. It did not grab me, and I
What the
love.
fuck? Borderlands 3? Like, you're upsetting people, dude.
That's one person. That's one person.
And me. Two people.
It's just it's not the okay. It's not
can't-
it's not
worst-
the worst game. Obviously not the worst
I
game.
know.
But I just want to say like
Like, because of how hyped up it was.
yes, how
And then-
huge it was and how we were expecting this shit to be awesome. I played. I was like, I'd rather be playing fucking Jigsaw over here. It's just. I'm joking. I wouldn't be playing Jigsaw. Fuck that.
Do you know how much you built up Outer Worlds and never played? You still haven't played it.
Because I need to dedicate time to this baby. This is like
You had a week off, dude.
I know, and you know what I did? I worked on my company. It's like I want to quit my job and I want to have my company, and then the rest of the time just play games for the rest of my life and review them and just be happy. Happiness.
Happiness. Bobby?
I can't think of a worst game. Worst sounds so bad. I mean, Borderlands 3, I guess. Like, I totally agree with that.
I was
It's just
expecting
so
him to say
bland.
Star Wars or some shit.
Star Wars. I mean, I like Star
Yeah, I
Wars.
know.
so-
These are the people I'm locked in a cage with, guys. Like,
Shut
they're
up.
both saying Borderlands 3.
Because it was so basic. It was just, here we go again. It was like,
Borderlands 3.
really
Colin
so much
again.
hype, so much awesomeness, and you're thinking this is going to be a great, awesome, brand new game. No, let's just give Claptrap a new fucking voice and make everyone play it again. And everyone played it again and went, oh my God, we're playing Borderlands again. This is cool. This is fun. I'm excited. And then it just went to be like, what's the next game that's coming out?
I support Borderlands.
Where's the next game coming out next week? Let's go play that instead because this is all right. I'm not going to say it sucks.
What solid B game is coming out in 4 days? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather go play Halo again.
All right. So following up on this, Days asks, which game set to release in 2020 do you believe will be the next hype letdown like Anthem? Or which one do you hope it isn't? A lot of Anthem really taking a beating this episode.
Every episode. I think it's a fine game.
God, I don't know.
It really has all the doohickeys and bells and whistles.
I can still go on about Anthem and say how much fun you,
not what
me,
the question is. The spirit of the question is, what's going to drop the ball? And I think it might be the Final Fantasy VII remake. I feel like it's not going to fly. I hope it does.
There's something about it that makes me think the same shit, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone has played it and said, yeah, it's great, but then episodic. Like, everyone's going to be like, what the fuck? Wait, is it episodic or episodic? Episodic.
See, again, like saying something like huge letdown. Like, I don't know. Like, most games aren't huge letdowns or disasters or the worst. Most games are just like, bleh, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just going to throw this out there. Half-Life Alyx?
Oh, dude, that's harsh. People are spending thousands now on the index.
Yeah, well, 5% of people, apparently.
Bobby, I haven't said this in probably 20 years. Why don't you sit on this and spin, motherfucker?
I think, dude.
How are you?
That reference is about
No, dude, you all know that we're all going to be playing Alex the second it comes out. It's going to be the number one thing. I think everyone's been building up to.
When is that coming out? March,
dude. I honestly, hands down, I think it's the biggest thing ever.
Here's my impression of Bobby choosing between Alex and Puzzle Simulator 3000.
Look, man, it comes out in March. So does Doom Eternal.
Puzzle Simulator.
So does Doom Eternal. Less than a month after that, Cyberpunk comes out. All right, I'm just guessing a lot of thunder is going to be stolen. A lot of hype is going to die. I don't
get it.
And just the whole VR thing is like, you're really limiting your audience. So I don't know. We'll see.
You know what a game I think it's going to be a letdown? I don't know. Doom. There's a reason why it got pushed back so far. Something happened.
He pushes against technology. It's like somebody's like, guys, I invented the flashlight, and he's like, but you can hold 2 torches at the same time. Same time, guys. Like,
hey, man, if I was okay spending that kind of money on VR, I probably would at this point because I think it's a great time to get into it. It seems like it's really just solidified. So, yeah, dude, I'm not against VR, but it still feels very niche.
I do feel that Alex will be. It has to be great. It's impossible. I feel like Valve would not release this or give us this hype or give us this way. It's just. They know it's a good game. They're not stupid. It's fucking Valve.
For them to say the word flagship.
Yeah, man. It's just, it can't be bad.
The worst part about it is
it might not be the greatest single-player story game ever, but it will be the best VR game hands down.
Well, I'm interested to see how the whole 10 to 15 hour length
and
game
that's
works
long.
in VR.
That's
a long time. And we've never really had VR games like that. So I want to see how that plays out.
There are games that are not VR and are only single-player that are not that long. And they're all right, or they're great. You know, it's just a lot of games that are 10 to 15 hours long, and they're great. You know, this one's a VR game. But to the question, I think the one that might be a letdown is Doom. I feel like Doom might be a letdown.
Off.
No, dude, like there's a reason why.
I feel like there's not a lot of hype.
I feel like you're all turning on me, man.
There's not a lot of hype behind it.
I'll fight you all.
It got. It's like It got pushed back already, first of all. That's number one.
At the worst, Doom Eternal is more of the same. I mean, it's just, and I'm
gonna be a
okay
lot
with
of the
that.
same.
Like, I'm on
And I
board
do
with
gotta
that.
say, fucking Bethesda's been letting me down after.
Exactly.
A bunch in a
Exactly.
row,
That's the
dude.
part. It's like, but like, fuck. Hold on, give me a second. Bethesda might like be thinking, holy shit, we've been fucking up a lot. We're bringing out this game. We're supposed to bring it out November? It was supposed to come out in November or December, and it was just like, we're not ready. We need to let's fix some shit or add some shit. We're at a point of the game where if we need to add something or fix something, we're good. It's the last 1% that takes whatever Bobby's always said that quote that he says like the last 10% or 1% is like the hardest part, the longest part, whatever.
Right.
and that might be it right now. But like that,
Dude, I'm totally okay with dates getting pushed. Witcher 3 got pushed back like a long time. You know, I'm okay with dates getting pushed back. That's like a developer saying, "Hey, this is not ready to ship yet." And if a developer can say that and not, I mean, that's not very Bethesda-like to like not ship a game on time or to wait until it's
they'd
done.
rather just do it and just fuck you
But that's
over
not
like
really-
Fallout 76.
Yeah, or Fallout 76. Like, here, you figure the game out. You tell us what the game is. You know,
I'm not jumping in until that fucking year 2 or year 1 patch comes out, whatever the fuck it is, with the NPCs and changing the story. That's when I'll jump in. Did you like how we talked about on the podcast how they brought out, you know, like you pay now to play Fallout 76?
Yeah. I was just thinking of like one of their selling points was like no NPCs.
Yeah.
And then if you really think about it, it's like, oh, that saves them about 70,000 hours of programming.
Dialogue and
know
all the
what I
programming.
mean?
Yeah, dude. And it took them a year to be like,
Even the people in the crowd were like, woo. Like,
yay. So
NPCs.
I'm the
like,
NPC?
I don't know what that means.
Dude, it's because honestly, it was kind of genius. The way they thought about it was kind of genius. It's a little bit like, oh my god, we all start our own stories, guys. We like, I'll be an NPC.
We're all the hero.
I'm gonna start a store and I'm gonna sell shit and come over to my store. When I'm online, I'll be like, hey, what's up? No, that's fucking stupid. You're not gonna give me a quest. I'm not gonna be on when you're on. I'm just.
Right.
It's just. They didn't really think it through, and that kind of sucks.
it was very experimental.
Yeah, very. And now, and then
But
now.
the problem is, Bobby, with the whole thing is they charged a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
Had they
Full price.
for an experiment, you give it out for free, or you do a very like
Exactly.
introductory
But
rate.
it's still a Fallout game too, so just that name alone will sell copies.
Yeah.
That's what they said in the boardroom. Maybe.
So they charge full price for the game. Then you got the game, and you're like, fuck this. And then everyone stopped playing it, and they're like, man, you know, well, we got our money's worth probably. They probably did. And they're like, but wait, that wasn't the plan. It was to have people playing this thing for years and years and years. Shit, let's give them NPCs. So we're like, let's work on it. It's taking forever to add the NPCs because they were supposed to start probably because they said it was like the year 2 patch or whatever, which it came out in November of last year, so it should have came out in November this year. That didn't happen. And then their answer to everything is like, hey, because a lot of people complain about not having enough space to hold your shit, all the like, you know, your materials, like a chest. Mm-hmm. You can only carry like 600 pounds now with like a weight. If you pay $10 a month, I think it's $10, $15 a month. Now you have a private server. You can like have everything you want and store everything you want, and now you can have the most fun you want in the game. Now they're charging people for it, man. That's where I just went, fuck this. It's just, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not paying $10 to finally have the game that I should have been given from the very fucking beginning.
Yeah. And fuck. So, Days was saying, what's the worst game? The worst game is believing in a big company this year. Like, Bethesda was my favorite.
I can't hear you.
Bethesda was my favorite company going into 2018.
Yeah, man. Of course. Yeah.
And then Blizzard was probably your favorite company. Mm-hmm. And like, so the big letdown this year was
I
the
thought
big
we all
companies.
jumped ship to Microsoft.
Yeah, dude. That's where I'm at.
Making good moves, man.
Killing it, dude.
We're all on the Microsoft train.
Yeah. That was the worst game this year, is losing your heroes.
All right, next question from Hoosier89. We mispronounced his name the other day.
Yeah.
What is your favorite bourbon? I never drank bourbon.
Do you know the differences? I don't.
Bourbon?
Yeah.
I feel like bourbon's sweeter. I don't know. That's
I don't
pretty
know.
much what gives it for me. I know every time I ask for an old fashioned, they use bourbon. Emerald Beef, which is on our Discord, has been.
He knows his shit.
He knows. He has a. Not anymore. He had a bomb ass channel on YouTube about bourbon and about like awesome. Like they reviewed bourbon like a motherfucker. Really great.
Yeah.
But the only bourbon I do is the one, oh my God, I forgot the name of it right now. The red wax on top and the Makers.
Makers.
Yeah.
And I buy Costco stuff.
Yeah.
It's so cheap and so good. Like, I don't know. I get into the tastier stuff, the more like, for the professionals, I'll try the, Yeah, the expensive ones, the $50, $60, $70 bottles. And I'm like, ooh, that's rough. I don't like that. Like, why do I have to go through pain to get drunk? And so I just keep going back to the Costco one. I love it. I think it's so good. It's like 6 age year or something like that. It's $16 for like a gallon. It's almost the price of milk.
Oh, man.
Can't beat that.
Someone just liked a post from August 27, 2015. Someone's really going through my Instagram.
Oh, jeez, dude.
Damn. Hey,
Creepers.
I have a girlfriend. Send me those DMs on the side, yeah.
All right. Final question from Zap. What's your favorite Christmas ornament? Do you have any unique Christmas traditions?
Well, I guess we're Mexican. I don't know if that's different. I don't know.
Well, there are different. Oh, so the big one. So you guys probably don't know this. Mexicans wait until midnight and then open their presents, as opposed to going to sleep and then waking up and then everybody opens the presents. I know there's not any time there for Santa Claus to come in.
No, there is. In the
When?
morning, Santa Claus comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the kids go to bed. Then they wake up again.
And there's more
And
presents.
then there's presents.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Santa presents.
Yeah.
But yeah, waiting up till midnight's really fun.
And we celebrate on the 24th. We don't celebrate the 25th.
Right. So Christmas Eve is way bigger than Christmas Day. So we're the ones filling up the movie theaters for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just how it works. I think it's a better system. I don't know, but it's the system that
I
worked
think
out.
we take more advantage of the fact that we will work on the 26th. So it gives us the 24th to get fucked up. And that's like the creepy uncle coming in and talking about these stories, and then someone trying to fight each other at the middle of the night, and then we got like mariachi coming in and shit, and it's like, it's fun, man. It's just Christmas in Mexico is fun. Oh, and then you got to shoot bullets in the middle of the night just for no fucking reason.
Which kill people.
Which might kill someone, but then again, it doesn't kill.
And as far as ornaments,
Mythbusters fucking changed that one.
Roberta.
Oh, dude,
I
that
live with
tree.
Roberta, that tree, dude. It's 12.
The fuck?
This is no hyperbole. 12 feet tall.
Rockefeller ain't got shit on this tree.
Yeah. This tree is ridiculous. This is like, I should
huge.
put it
It's
Insidious
fucking
under it and do like a fucking Insidious sale.
I should bring my wide angle and you can just see the difference.
It's ridiculous.
Just take a picture
And
of
then
it.
one of the ornaments was just for me. She bought a fucking, like a little trailer, like a fucking camping trailer. And it's an ornament. She's like, "Did you see this one?" I was like, "Yeah, I saw that
That's
one."
cool.
And I saw 400,000. Oh, by the way, who do you think took care of everything from 7 feet up on a ladder, a precarious ladder, like vibrating while my tremendous weight was on the top step? Yeah, that was this guy. 3. What do you call the thing on the very top? Just a star.
Star and angel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's one of those.
whatever. The top ornament, she had 6 of them. 6 of them. And I put them all up. Yep.
Fucking, the moment I talk about Instagram, Sniper goes on and likes one of my pictures from 2014 and goes, wow, and throws me hearts. I was like 50 pounds lighter in this picture. Fuck yeah, I was. I think right here, I weighed 190. And right now I still...
Oh, Dominicans wait until midnight as well.
Really?
So, yeah. I think the Spanish
Just
fucked
like
us
that.
all.
Clown? Really? You're Dominican? I did not know that. I didn't know that. Then again, that's why there's so much love for Clown. That Latin love. Wait, is Dominican considered Latin?
Minnie just showed up. All right, can we wrap? Or we'll talk about...
Was there
what
one
we're
more
gonna play?
question? I think I saw
that
one
was
more.
it.
One more for days.
No, that was just someone had copied the original one
okay.
later. Yeah. All
I
right.
like how he says someone. He's so nice. It was definitely me.
What's everyone playing next week?
Well, are we going to decide to do this thing or not?
I think we should. I think,
think
that would
it's
be
a great
fun.
idea.
I think we should decide before Friday what our game of the year is.
Well, I know what mine is, and I don't want to say it. But then,
I don't want to say yet.
but
either.
then, do you both have to play it? Like,
Yeah.
how do we do this?
I like how my game, it's just I can just give you the login and you can just go on it when I'm not on, and that's fine. Like, it's because
right.
well,
know which one is yours.
because Steam is just harder, so it's on another launcher,
Right.
so that kind of throws it off right there.
So if we do that, if we each tell each other what we think our game of the year is, and then we all play it, and then we come to a decision at the end of December. That's the
Yeah.
idea. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, let's do
I
that.
might
Good place
change
to-
my mind by the end of the week, but it's because I'm between two, man. I'm between two. It's just I have these two, and they're both on separate
Like,
launchers.
you don't know if Outer
I just
Worlds
don't know.
is the one.
And then Outer Worlds, I'm supposed to start playing it Wednesday.
But dude, we're already in December, dude.
I've set myself a date to play Outer Worlds
So
now.
what's a good time frame, Bobby? 5 hours, 6 hours?
Oh, time to play?
Yeah.
Depends on the game. But
Yeah.
yeah, probably between 5 and 10 hours at
Yeah.
least.
So let's split the difference. 7 hours.
Okay.
7 hours of everybody's. Because if you have to do 2.
I'm going to be fucking playing jigsaw puzzles for fucking
So
7
homework,
hours, dude.
No more homework. And by the way, thank you for a whole month of no Rogue Legacy. I'm pointing at you because I'm disappointed in you.
I played like an hour of it. That's fine. You know, I had you.
Oh boy.
It's been an hour. I played like an hour. I did jump on it like 2 or 3 more times. I can take a picture of it on my thing. It shows you I played like an hour.
You're supposed to stream it.
No, we stopped streaming this like a long
did
time
mine.
ago. The last time because it was a horror game. You had to stream that shit. We all wanted to see how the fuck you got
Yeah, I
scared.
felt way safer.
So aside from those games, what other games are you guys going to be playing this week?
Definitely some more Hand of Fate 2. Legend of Bumbo. Probably it.
How is it? Like, you gave us like a review, but I haven't heard like an updated review. And now that you really, really, really got into it with like the update and stuff, I haven't really heard much of it. Man.
It's a very good puzzle game.
You should bring it back next week. Talk about
It's
it.
a very
again.
good puzzle game with a very beautiful aesthetic. Even
Yeah,
though
right.
it's
A bunch of shit.
I was listening to an interview with Edmund
McMillan?
Macmillan, and he was saying that like those were actual all pictures of stuff put on actual cardboard, put into the game, and they had to like sun bake the cardboard and shit. And I was like, oh fuck, that's crazy.
Like stop motion type? Like kind of like when we used to get. Remember when we used to
I
get
don't know.
claymation games?
Yeah, I know
Like,
what
that
you're
was
saying.
fun.
But I think
like
for
kinda,
cardboard is I don't know.
Claymation was a fun game.
It's technology beyond me. Bobby, TF2.
Yeah, I'm going to try not to. When I interviewed the developer of Guard Duty, you know, I always ask him what games. I always try to ask people what games they're playing, and he had a great recommendation. Dark Side Detective. I'll bring it up here.
How come you didn't bring 80 Days up?
Who?
80 Days.
Yeah. Did you bring it up last week?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. I talked
okay.
a lot about that
yeah,
last
it was
week.
last week.
Yeah. Detective. Oh, Dark Side is one word. So this is a point and click adventure game that really reminded me a lot of Thimbleweed Park a little bit. It's very Twin Peaks. If you listen to the soundtrack, it's definitely got that
Synthy.
80s synth.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Ray, I think you have this game. It showed me that you had it. I'm pretty sure it's part of a
course
Humble
it
Bundle. So I'm sure I can find it cheap. On
I
like a
remember when this
resale
came
site.
out. I remember that diner shot.
Just, Oh, I need you to sign back into mine so I can download at least one game from yours so I can always have it, and then you do the same. I've noticed that if we always have at least one game downloaded from each other, all you have to do is start up that game, and it sends the permission, and then it automatically goes, "You're good." So that's all you got to do.
okay.
So it's make it like the 100 megabyte game, and just always have that installed. Don't ever delete it, and we can always have each other's libraries.
Nice. Yeah, so I'll probably be checking out this, and then I don't know, a little bit of whatever. We'll see how this week goes. for me.
Edgar
I'm
Allan
back to
Poe.
work.
That's cool. H.P. Lovecraft. That's dope.
Yeah, it looks good too. I like
Yeah.
this
Dude, Thimbleweed Park,
16-bit.
no joke. If I can actually just have the patience a little bit, because the story was, I'm still curious, but I would rather
Bobby can
watch.
spoil it for you.
I would no. I would rather watch someone play it all the way through, and I'd be very entertained than me having to click through everything and doing everything.
It might have been long enough for me to play through that game and still be able to figure out the puzzles without remembering everything. But yeah, it's a long game. It's like a
Yeah.
10-hour game,
Yeah,
which is long for a point and click.
yeah. I played it for 3 some hours, and I was just like, oh fuck,
Yeah,
man.
it's hard to give a time on those games too, because if you get stuck, like you could spend 20
Yeah.
minutes on something that could take someone else 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's hard to put a time on those. But yeah, that's what next week's looking like for me. Did we go through everyone yet?
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I'm gonna play a little bit of Pokemon. Just a little bit of Pokemon.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just a little bit. Sorry, but I am. Wednesday is my official Outer Worlds day.
All right.
So
Good luck. It's raining all day Wednesday.
yeah, so we'll see. I'm probably putting in 4 or 5 hours, depending what time I go to sleep. But I'm planning on going home and just plugging it in and just sitting down and playing for a while.
Speaking for Bobby, Ray, and myself, Jigsaw Puzzle Titties.
Detective McQueen.
We have a meeting after this.
Oh yeah.
Live.
For what?
For the DLG Con 2020.
We got to start promoting that.
Yeah, we do. We're coming up to the new year.
Well, we can't promote it until we know